It seems our university will have to accept third place. The room erupted in disbelief. Third. But Dean, wait. Su-hong beat us, but we can still pummel Madu. Right on. If we fall to their second stringers, we're toast. Our school's reputation would be dragged through the mud forever. The dean sighed heavily. Wang Guan is down, and his mechs are scrap. We have 0 fighters left to challenge Madu's roster. From his hospital bed, Wang Guan fumed. Chu Yi, he growled, his ego bruised much worse than his broken body. I'll admit you're pretty tough for now, kid. But just wait until my second-class evolution's finally complete. My machine heart will finally awaken its true S+ power. He gripped the sheets. When that happens, we're settling this score Umawi. Meanwhile, in another room, Chu Hang offered a deep, humble bow. My apologies, I was completely mistaken about you. A holy knight, playing both support and heavy hitter. Incredible. You're honestly the first person I've seen master both roles. Chu Yi, you're an absolute legend in the making. But the young man just shook his head, cutting him short. Mr. Chu, spare me the flattery. What do you actually want? Chu Hang grinned. Ha, I love that direct attitude. I spoke with the clan. The elders made a vow. If you return home, they'll give you everything to level up. The elders and the head Chu Yi pondered. Chu Hong began to explain the family's complex inner workings. Our clan is massive, split into many different branches. Every year, the best resources go to the top talents. It's basically a giant web of power and politics. The real shot callers are the Council of Elders and the head. Adjusting his glasses, Chu Hong turned quite serious. Normally, those two factions are always at each other's throats. But they've actually united just for you, Chu Yi. This sudden attention left our hero feeling a bit dazed. Well, being the center of attention isn't a bad problem. With the Chu clan's backing, he would be totally set. Plus, even if the family's messy, he has Principal Wang Hui. He can get resources anywhere with his connections. Chu Yi weighed his choices. His secret weapon was always the system. Finally, he reached a firm conclusion. I have to decline. I'm sticking with my current class. That response completely shattered poor Chu Hang's spirit. Is there really no hope for our family's revival? He whimpered. Chu Yi offered a gentle smile to the man. I actually know someone with an elite frost bloodline. She could potentially master your clan's hidden classes soon. Chu Hang sobbed. It's pointless. Hidden classes need pure ice talent. Regular bloodlines just can't handle a legendary class transfer. Chu Yi simply grinned and pointed a finger at him. My sister's ice affinity is triple yours. Is that enough? Chu Hang's eyes instantly widened with sheer frantic hope. He grabbed Chu Yi's hands. She awakened the bloodline, too. The old man broke into a fit of joyful laughter. This is glorious, truly wonderful news, he shouted. Our family will finally reclaim its former glory. The heavens are smiling on us today. Is it true? Is her power really 3 times stronger than mine? That's a level 10 bloodline. She can unlock any ice class she wants. Chu Yi thought, he's lost it. Better stay calm. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, he cautioned politely. We have to respect her opinion on her own path. Chu Hong nodded his head like a happy woodpecker. When can I meet this brilliant genius of a sister? Chu Yi hesitated. Joining the clan didn't help him. His own path was set. Between his master and the system, he had all the resources he needed. But for Chu Yun, things were different. He was fine, but she could definitely use some extra muscle. Nothing beats having a powerful family as a shield. Since they ignored his parents, she deserves this payout. He finally pulled out his phone. He wondered if little Xiaoqiu was staying out of trouble lately. Had the little spirit beast been behaving for her, Chu Yun picked up on the very first ring. Cuddling the pet, she squealed, Big brother, yay! She giggled, praising his incredible victory over the phone. That fight was epic. You totally wrecked them. Every girl at my school is now officially your fan. They all want your number, but I'm keeping it secret, Baitsumi. My future sister-in-law needs to be incredibly strong. She should have big muscles and legendary warrior vibes. Chu Yun rambled about the perfect bride for him. A girl who carries giant swords but sews clothes. Stop the silliness and listen. This is actually important. Chu Yi's tone turned serious. The clan found me. He explained everything to his energetic little sister. The noble Chu family guards 3 legendary hidden classes, Ice Marksman, Bone, Ice Sword Master, and the esteemed Ice Purity Master. The Ice Purity Master is a specialized mage class. Your path depends on your ice bloodline. Hearing this, Chu Yun listened intently. She weighed the 3 glowing options before finalizing her choice. Brother, I've decided this is the class for me. Ice spells are perfect for me. Chu Yi kindly warned that this path requires training at ancestral grounds in Tianlan for years. Please consider this carefully. Chu Yun smiled politely. Brother, my mind is firmly set. Xu Yun sighed happily, admiring her talented brother's brilliance. She vowed never to fall behind her amazing older sibling. Utilizing clan resources ensures I won't burden my brother. Once her choice was set, Chu Yi made her a sincere promise. I will join you in Tianlan as soon as my work ends. Their chat finished and Chu Yi headed toward the arena. The system's cheerful voice boomed, "Welcome everyone to round 4 of the National Freshman Exchange Tournament. Today we select 8 rising geniuses to advance to the singles tournament semifinals." The system announced the magnificent prizes from the Xi'an Professional Guild for our elite top 8 singles finalists. An exquisite S-grade magic potion appeared on the massive screen. The excited crowd erupted in deafening cheers. The Xi'an Guild is incredibly generous. Even a third-job professional would fight tooth and nail to own that. Nearby, Jiang Qiren shared his excitement with Chu Yi. Brother Chu Yi, this was actually last year's ultimate grand prize. Chu Yi noted that current threats require nurturing new geniuses. Jiang Qiren nodded at that very sensible explanation. Next, the system announced S-grade resources for the Final 4. For the champion, a magnificent new weapon materialized. The winner receives a legendary weapon forged by the master refiner, Master Qi Jun. Even Chu Yi was stunned by this. A legendary weapon is the peak of human craftsmanship and power. This reward was truly beyond all expectations. It ignited a fire in every contestant. I must win, with prizes revealed. The fighters were summoned to the stage. Jiang Qiren stepped up first, smiling warmly. Brother Chu Yi, root for me. You've got this, Chu Yi encouraged. Chu Yi's opponent entered the ring, and the official showdown began. Kuifeng donned his armor, acknowledging Chu Yi's power. Brandishing his sword, he shouted he wouldn't be defeated easily. Most average professionals prefer a balanced stat build. However, I am unique. I've dumped every point into pure strength. I'm feeling quite confident in raw physical power. Suddenly, the system's voice echoed. The duel starts now. Chu Yi lunged forward while the opponent charged in, laughing mockingly. Here he comes. Do you have the guts to face me head-on? His rival swung first, with a violent slash. Instantly, the opponent's blade cracked before Chu Yi's mace shattered it. He then slammed that heavy weapon straight into him. His rival collapsed in agony, his voice filled with disbelief. How I focused every single stat point into strength. How could your power possibly eclipse mine? Chu Yi just scoffed. Was that really all you had? The stadium erupted. A maxed strength build was totally obliterated. Just how monstrous is Chu Yi? Honestly, I suspect he's using hacks. Below the stage, his teammates started protesting. This is impossible. In a contest of physical might, our brother actually lost. Their leader, Su Qian, spoke up. Counting equipment bonuses, his strength should be roughly 370 points. Chu Yi's strength must be 450 minimum. Plus, his intelligence stat is also ridiculously through the roof. That is just terrifying. Leader Su turned to his friend. Wei, hi, what are your chances of beating Chu Yi? Maybe a 30% chance. Back on stage, the opponent struggled up. I haven't lost. Give me your best. A true knight dies on his feet, never accepting defeat while kneeling. Chu Yi nodded. I admire your spirit. Chu Yi didn't even flinch. Countering with his trusty mace, the weapon slammed into him with overwhelming force. He was launched across the arena. Below, the team shouted, "Stop the match. We officially forfeit." The system announced that Madu University has withdrawn. Our winner is Chu Yi. He was drowned in cheers. Chu Shu is the absolute strongest. We love you. As the medical team rushed over, they sighed in frustration. Dealing with holy light effects is difficult. Hurry and start treatment. That is just what happens against Chu Yi. The medics carried him away. A day later, Su Hong University members gathered in a private room to strategize. Wong smiled. Excellent work. We have 2 in the top 8. Song Helen's recent advancement was a very pleasant surprise. Her odds aren't high, but she's determined. You must try your hardest, Sion Halen replied. I totally understand. Next, he offered Jiang Qiren encouragement. With your skills, you'd be in the top 8, but you faced Wei. He is the top contender for the championship. Seriously, only 2 spots remain in the prestigious top 8 bracket. A new path opens from the loser's bracket. Grab this second chance. He turned to Chu Yi beaming. I believe in your incredible talent. The quest to win the singles tournament is now your responsibility. He gave a firm nod. Wuma added, now about tomorrow's team battle matches. We're facing 2 basic colleges first. It's time. Addressing the group, he smiled. So, our talented substitutes finally get their moment to shine. Time for some real field practice. Wuma began explaining tomorrow's clever tactics. Nearby, Jiang Qiren sat silently, her heart racing about the upcoming trials. The loser's bracket semifinal is the dreaded repechage round. Out of 70 fierce warriors, the pressure is truly on to survive this test. Only 2 elites advance to round 5, eyeing that top 4 finish. A legendary S-rank treasure awaits those who conquer the 6th round's peak. Deep inside, Jang Chiron made a quiet, burning vow. Even for the wealthiest noble families, S-rank artifacts are rare gems that stay hidden. Claiming it would make my combat power skyrocket beyond belief. Suddenly, a bright, cheerful voice broke through her heavy thoughts like sunshine. Tabadia say, Chu Yi, your secret power is out. Wuma beamed with pride. Honestly, you could probably defeat those ordinary schools all on your own superstar. But tomorrow is for the team to level up. Just keep them safe. Try to stay back. He bowed politely. Understood, I'll protect them. Suddenly, 2 girls rushed in, seeing their idol. They let out tiny squeals. Look, it's God Yi! A wave of excited fangirls instantly swarmed him. Chu Yi, is it truly you? Student. Chu Yi, it's him. He's even more handsome than the rumor said, and my heart is actually fluttering. He's looking this way. He blinked, feeling quite confused. Who are you all? We're your fans. Could we please get an autograph? An autograph. From me. Cameras flashed instantly as they cheered, Me too, please sign my photo. God Yi, you're the absolute best. You're like a dream. We're rooting for your big win. Go for it. Oh my gosh, he's actually blushing. He's so adorable and sweet. Please stay safe, God Yi. We'd be heartbroken if you got hurt. Looking at the photos, his face fell. Do I really look like this? Song Halen laughed softly. Quite the popular celebrity now, aren't you, superstar? In that quiet moment, a small spirit whispered a warning. Are they going to steal your Chu Yi away? If I don't get stronger, I'll be left behind. She steeled her resolve with fire. 70 rivals, only 2 spots. I'll claim 1, no matter the cost. I won't lose. Seeing her competitive spirit, the little spirit giggled. Suddenly, a strange shiver raced down Chu Yi's spine, startling him. He glanced around, feeling a mysterious heavy weight pressing behind him. Why do I feel watched? That evening, the brutal 4th round semifinals began. Students were warped into a vast, untamed, and very green forest. A forest. Does the battleground change every single year? Voices echoed in confusion. Wasn't it a stone castle last time? Someone asked. This year's dungeon was designed by elite professors and top-tier military masters. It's a high-level training ground for the next generation of heroes. Recent battle data gets uploaded, then an AI crafts a perfect world for leveling up. A polite girl holding a scepter looked around. To keep things fresh, a randomizer generates every dungeon. The venue is different every single year, she said with a gentle, friendly smile. Plus, the monsters we face will be a total surprise. Jang Chiron walked carefully. Phew, it's getting quite muggy and hot out here. Suddenly, someone asked, Wait, what's the plan for today? We have to... But his voice vanished into thin air before he could finish. The system chimed, Welcome to the forest maze. A polite voice shared the rules. Prepare yourselves for a wild and spooky adventure today. Every 30 minutes, spooky monsters will raid the village. 3 waves are approaching, and they are definitely looking for a tasty snack. Defeat them quickly before you become their lunch. The top 2 monster hunters will advance directly to the exciting 5th round of play. Just then, the system noted a small detail. There is no real danger of death, but there is also no escape. Hearing that, everyone let out a happy sigh of relief. Someone cheered, Just killing monsters. Hey, that sounds like an easy day. No sweat, we have practiced for matches just like this one. Jang Chiron watched the group, keeping her polite thoughts to herself. Still, those unpredictable beasts had everyone feeling a bit jittery. The system announced that Wave 1 was officially starting right now. Right on cue, a puff of purple smoke drifted in. Jang Chiron squinted through the thick haze, searching for any hidden monster enemies. They're here. But the smoke cleared to reveal absolutely nothing. Only the leaves were rustling in a very suspicious, quiet way. She wondered where those little rascals were hiding. Suddenly, a student standing behind her began scratching his neck quite aggressively and loudly. It's so itchy, he grumbled. Why is this happening to me? Chiron's eyes widened at the strange and unsettling sight of her teammate. Purple goo began growing on his skin. It really itches. The more he scratched, the faster the mysterious slime seemed to spread. He dashed toward young Chiron, begging for help. Help me, classmate, it's so itchy, please make it stop. He looked completely panicked. Just like that, the poor student was tagged out. Lin Shu is out. He was devoured by a beast, the system announced. Jang Chiron felt something was very wrong. No monsters in sight, these guys are sneaky. She gripped her weapon, scanning the purple haze. Panic spread like wildfire as more students started scratching themselves wildly. The invisible enemy was already winning the mental battle today. Seeing friends disappear to invisible foes was truly scary. Total chaos broke out. Where is the enemy hiding? We can't see them. We can't even see them. This isn't a fair fight. Chiron stayed calm, whispering to herself, I can't let panic win right now. All right, let's stay cool and observe. Young Chiron knew every monster had a weakness. Are they phantoms or invisible to infect this many people? It must be a contagious beast type. How exactly is it spreading? Suddenly, a tiny purple sprout darted through the air and hit her. Watching the little thing sprout, Jang Chiron's gaze sharpened. It was a nasty fungal parasite. She quickly summoned a flame and roasted the pest. Puzzle solved. Aha, so that's the trick? She activated her powerful demon form and shouted, Heads up, dangerous spores are in the air. Use your fire skills for a barrier. The others followed suit, igniting flame shields to stay safe. However, the non-fire users panicked. Help, I'm a warrior class, I don't have fire skills. Hey, help me. Sorry, pal, but we're rivals. It's every student for themselves in here. Soon the unprotected were overwhelmed. The system announced a student has been defeated and removed. A trainee was eliminated and removed. A contestant from Thandong was devoured and has withdrawn. Meanwhile, Jang Chiron realized something. Burning these spores didn't actually increase her kill score. I need to find the source. Suddenly, strange mushrooms started popping out from nearby tree trunks. They bared their teeth and sprayed more spores. Chiron found her targets and dashed toward them. They're in the trees. As she struck one, the system chimed. Chiron earns 1 kill point. The fungal monsters crawled out of hiding. Fearlessly, she dove in. Enchanting black flame shadow dance. Notifications piled up. As Chiron scored, meanwhile, the freshman tournament team battles were kicking off. The system announced both squads were ready, generating the arena and activating the energy field now. Tahang versus Mayo starts now. As the signal rang, both teams charged into a massive clash. They met in the middle with an explosive impact. A red-haired student unleashed his flame assault storm. Fire tornadoes swirled, but a cloaked mage was ready. His water blades sliced through the flames. Suddenly, Tani appeared, shattering the water blades with his claws. Is that all you've got? Your little water trick was too soft. Tani was busy gloating when an arrow zipped toward him. Thankfully, Ju Yi shielded the attack. He warned, Tanwei, stay sharp, don't lose your focus. The leader turned to the blonde Yongjing. Zhongjing, you're our guardian watch for hidden danger. We can't afford another slip-up. Poor Jing looked petrified, squeezing her eyes shut in a panic. Yes, sir, she shrieked. Meanwhile, the opponent fumed. Are they treating us like training dummies? The blue-armored guy roared. Are we taking this? His teammates roared back, their spirits burning bright. Not a chance, charge A. Both squads collided in an explosion of steel and sheer determination. Suddenly, a notification on Zhou Yi's phone made everyone stop. It was Chiran bragging about her victory. She moved up, Zhou Yi smiled, but his opponent was livid. Checking your phone during a match? Zero respect. You'll regret being so arrogant, he cried, right before being knocked out instantly. The system spoke. In today's tournament, Suhong University claims a stunning and well-earned victory. By morning, news of the tournament spread like wildfire. With round 4 overstakes were higher. Round 5 would narrow the field to the Elite Four. Later, the semifinals would decide the finalists. Zhou Yi and the formidable Wei Hai emerged as finalists. A streamer hit record to share news. Listen, students, today we witness a clash between 2 legendary figures on this stage. He showed Zhou Yi's photo. He comes from humble beginnings. Orphaned young, he leveled up alone. He crushed the hardest entrance exam in history. Then the streamer talked about his rival Wei Hai. Wei Hai is a prodigy with a 100-year legacy. With his talent, he's basically a final boss. So who will take the champion's crown? Let's find out. Who are you guys rooting for? I'm streaming the battle live, so smash that like button. Fans everywhere began debating the showdown. Leveling God versus legendary prodigy epic Zhou Yi is good, but Wei Hai will probably win. Did you see Wei Hei's last match? Terrifying. His aggressive style means trouble for poor Zhou Yi. Too bad goddess Jiang Chiran faced Wei Hai so early. Su Hong could have taken both spots. Suddenly, the tranquil sky rumbles as chopper blades slice the clouds. The polite crowd parts for the landing. The door pops open, revealing the star students. It's the legendary Suhong University squad. Cheerful welcomes fill the air as they exit. Goddess Jiang is stunning, a fan yells. A total heavenly beauty. We're rooting for you. Ye God, chin up. Song Sakun. Fans swarm for selfies as Zhou Yi strolls through. Zhou Yi, Zhou Yi. Another chopper appears. Look, it's Madu University. And the fans instantly pivot. As Wei Hei lands, Dean Su greets Dean Wu politely. Good morning, Dean Wu. Time to crown a champ. Remember, friendship. First trophy. Second, Wu Mong smiles. Good morning, Dean Su. Secretly, he chuckles, doubting Wei Hei's odds. Beat Zhou Yi, you're dreaming if you think that's possible. Across the field, Wei Hei locks eyes with Zhou Yi. This is it. I'll overcome you and win. The grand duel is finally here. Zhou Yi smirks just as the announcer's voice thunders. Welcome our finalists, Zhou Yi and Wei Hei. Please stay seated and keep things polite during the duel. 5-second countdown fans roar, let's see some action, Yi God, show us your greatness. Yi God is a legend. Wei don't lose today. He broke their pride. Wow, it's packed in here. Ouch, my toes. Meanwhile, the Joes watch at home, only 3 seconds left on the clock. The old master notes, Wei is a lifelong genius. He's had the best elite family training and resources. Can Zhou Yi win? Absolutely, comes the confident reply. I've studied all his combat logs and test results. His growth is incredible. His power level is off the charts. He's way ahead. Zhou Hong says watching. Wei is a genius from a great family, but in Zhou Yi, you see his legendary ancestor's ghost. The timer hits 0. Begin instantly. Zhou Yi starts stacking his powerful divine buffs for the clash. Golden shields and holy light erupt as Wei Hei charges. Sword ready, he lunges with a fierce war cry. He swings at a glowing Zhou Yi. Their weapons clash with a thunderous boom that shakes the floor. Wei Hei grits his teeth, but Zhou Yi stays cool. Zhou Yi strikes back, forcing a quick retreat. Wei Hei's gaze sharpens. He dives in with a wild roar. Suddenly his body erupts in a crimson glow. Wei Hei grips his sword, shouting his scorching blade technique. He drops into a stance, sending out sharp slashes. Zhou Yi calmly steps aside. As every hit misses, he thinks, the classic berserk skill. It gives his core stats a nice little boost, but in 3 minutes, he'll be totally tuckered out. A berserk plus scorching blade, that's a handy combat buff with some spicy fire magic damage included. Zhou Yi gracefully dodges every single swing. Wei Hei charges, but Zhou Yi is perfectly prepared for him. He really is the top freshman, he notes. Zhou Yi looks relaxed as he dances around the attacks. Take this, Wei Hei yells, activating Thunderous Slash. His sword glows with a fiery red ring. What a strike! It's an A-rank skill that's incredibly fast. At higher levels, speed increases, eventually moving like actual lightning. Wei Hei's eyes look intense and very determined as he prepares his move. He thinks, I've practiced 10,000 times. Wei Hei swings everything but Zhou Yi blocks effortlessly. Their clash looks like an epic movie scene. Wei Hei grits his teeth, surprised by Zhou Yi's strength. Pushing harder, he thinks, my blade weighs over 1,000 pounds. The kinetic energy here is amazing. I could cut through reinforced metal. Zhou Yi isn't scared at all, despite the heavy grinding clash. Better not just take this head on. With a quick shove, Zhou Yi pushes him back as his weapon transforms. A burst of golden light, the level 9 holy light cross Zhou Yi, shapes it into a massive sword. Wei Hei just gives a confident smirk. He's ready. Crouching with a fierce look, he shouts, Battle Frenzy! His body is suddenly covered in crimson light. Dean Su watches as their powers create a huge shockwave. Wei Hei kneels, looking like he has extra armor. He stands up with a wide and slightly scary smile. As he holds his sword, a system panel reveals his awakened talent, the S-rank Battle Frenzy. While active, his stats skyrocket and he takes 80% less damage. But there's a catch eventually. That saved up damage hits him twice as hard. Ouch, Wei Hei charges right in. He's in a hurry. Battle Frenzy only lasts 2 minutes. I'll be polite and wait for his timer. Even with 80% damage reduction, he is not invincible. Wei Hei swung hard, but Zhou Yi parried every single strike. Steel rang out as Wei Hei attacked, thinking hard. Fighting a holy knight with endless healing is really quite a chore. A long battle of attrition is a silly tactic here. So I unleashed Berserk and Battle Frenzy to max out my power. Suddenly, a giant explosion erupted, leaving the stunned crowd whispering in absolute shock. Someone yelled, why fight head-on? Wei Hei is peaking. Stalling for time would be much more polite. Lord Yi must really trust his strength to move like that. Wei Hei slashed, but Zhou dodged away gracefully. Zhou Yi raised a hand as golden light flared. Spear of Victory, he called as a massive sigil appeared. A giant golden spear materialized, radiating divine power. Shrouded in red, Wei Hei roared, bring it! Before a blast erupted. Wei Hei laughed loudly. Ha, your spear is totally useless? Zhou Yi calmly smiled. You are celebrating a bit early, friend. Punishment of light. Lightning rained down fiercely on Wei Hei, but his sturdy barrier managed to hold the line. Wei Hei frowned. His ultimate offensive move? Not bad. Blocking with his saber, he noted the 80% damage reduction. Ouch, that still stings. Without my berserker state, that single hit might have sent me packing. He looked up as the lightning faded, but Punishment of Light needs a 1-second cooldown between every strike. Wei Hei stomped the ground. If that is the case, he thought, I will use that cooldown to end this fast. Weihai charged only to get zapped by another bolt. He froze in disbelief. How is this even possible? How is his lightning so fast? I studied every single skill he used during this entire tournament. Is his skill over level 20? Lightning slammed him again. A hovering orb chirped excitedly at the sight. How wild. Remember, you are watching the National University Freshman Exchange Tournament finals right now. Onlookers shielded their eyes, crying out, "Too cruel." A girl hid her face while Wang Guan just smirked. Weihai screamed in agony. "Ah, why?" He stared at Zhou Yi. "He looks like a giant while I am shrinking." It felt like Zhou Yi could crush him. With one finger, he became an obstacle that could never be overcome. Weihai yelled, "I don't believe it," as red light pulsed. Gritting his teeth, he shouted, "Secret art! Heavenly Shadow Blade." A massive blast sent debris flying. An explosion left the area buried under heavy smoke. But our hero Zhou Yi stood unbothered. As a red blur zoomed past, he touched a fresh scratch on his cheek. Suddenly it rained thousands of swords from the heavens. Zhou watched, thinking, the physical energy transformation trick. Wait, the Wei clan legends were spot on. The old master mixed his soul with dark power for 10,000 blades. They say he could clear city demons in one heartbeat. Now those glowing red swords lined up before Zhou Yi. This student hasn't reached Ancestor Mastery yet, but this trick is a lovely show for the crowd. Zhou Yi smirked. All right, time to stop playing around. Suddenly, those blades zoomed down like a metallic storm. Zhou held out his hand with a casual finger flick. My fans would be sad without new tricks, right? Let's try this new fusion skill. A freezing wind swept through as he shouted, "The 1,000-mile freeze." Our guy stood in a blue cyclone, totally in control. With one polite step, the floor turned to ice. Frost spread faster than a rumor coating the arena. The camera drone zoomed closer, practically vibrating with excitement. Folk student Zhou Yi has turned the stage into an ice rink. It is so frosty we can't see. The audience went wild, shouting, "What is going on?" One guy yelled, "What kind of crazy move is this? Since when did he know ice magic?" Even the elders jumped up. One elder yelled, "Did you see that? That is incredibly pure ice energy." Meanwhile, Zhou Yi kept cool as the falling blades froze midair. The swords were stuck tied by mysterious golden threads. Zhou Yi tightened his fist, his gaze sharp and focused. Those golden strings snapped, shattering the ice into sparkles. He reached out and grabbed his lucky pendant. His hand glowed golden while ice chips flew like glitter. Poor Wei was sent flying, coughing dark blood. The ice wall finally started to melt. The announcer yelled, "It looks like contestant Wei is officially out cold, and the winner is Zhou Yi." The crowd erupted. "Our senior is so cool, so Kowaudin," as the voice boomed. Big congrats to Zhou Yi and thanks to Wei. What an absolute masterpiece of a fight, everyone. Newest top genius. Zhou Yi raised his hand with a polite smile as fireworks filled the sky. The singles tournament has officially ended. Get ready, because next up are the team fights and survival match. Get ready for some real magic, folks, Wang says with a bright grin. He is quite young, but he's already mastered the legendary Wei family spirit unification art. In any ordinary year, he would have easily taken the top spot. It is truly a pity he had to face off against the unstoppable Chu Yi. Nearby, Yung Churan twirls her locks with a cheerful giggle. Wang watches curiously as Chu Yi simply yawns and stretches while wandering off. I predicted Chu Yi would require his divine form to win. Yet he triumphed using basic skills and a brilliant mix of ice and light elements. Goodness, these new players are getting incredibly powerful. Wu Muang beams, giving Chu Yi a proud friendly pat on the back. Wonderful job, Suhong University finally claimed the singles championship trophy. Ciela nods enthusiastically. That is spot on. We finally did it. We have led the team matches for 4 years, but the singles title always eluded us until now. Brother Yi, you have made us so proud. Wang Tixin chimes in with a confident, bright smile. Tomorrow we face Madu University, and since their top players hurt, we have the advantage. Madu University is not a problem anymore. The team title is practically ours. Song Xiaolan giggles. Now let's stay humble and not get ahead of ourselves. Zhang Hairon hugs Ling Shi with a sunny smile. Brother Chu Yi, little Shi was mistaken. You could easily be mistaken for a legendary archmage. Ling Shi blushes deeply, hiding her face under her hood. Brother Chu Yi, let's celebrate tonight, Zhang shouts, while Chu Yi just bashfully scratches his head. We move to a bustling night market where fantasy and reality are now one. 300 years have passed since the worlds merged together. Mystical creatures and epic classes are common sights now. This fusion has caused the variety of tasty food on Blue Star to grow immensely. Right in the middle of Qingjing City's elite East District, you will find a legendary street filled with snacks. From flying beasts to deep-sea creatures, every ingredient becomes a gourmet treat. A vendor shouts, "Delicious grilled dragon meat right here for you. Try our 20-year-old dragon meat while it is sizzling. This tender steak is so fresh, it will practically melt on your tongue." Wolf King Blood Jelly. Great for your health and your skin. Or try these fish balls made from a level 30 oceanic overlord. They are perfectly chewy and full of flavor. Song links arms with Ling and Wong smiling. "Everything looks so tasty, doesn't it?" Ling smiles gently while nibbling on some candied fruit. Ahead, Zhang Qiron and Chu Yi chat and laugh like the best of friends. Nearby, a fellow named Liang spots Zhang Qiron and whispers, "She's a total 10. He hands over his skewers and fixes his hat confidently. His friend looks worried and asks what he's up to. Liang just smirks. "Talking to a girl that pretty is a rare chance. If I miss this, I will regret it forever." His friend is stunned. "But she's with a guy," Liang scoffs. "So what, that doesn't matter. Once the great Liang works his charm, she's mine." Suddenly, Chu Yi turns his eyes glowing with a terrifying icy red light. Liang freezes in place, completely paralyzed. His buddy smirks at his sudden fear. Liang points a trembling finger while struggling to speak. "Hold on a minute." Zhang Qiron pants, feeling tired. "This place is a food lover's paradise. It definitely lives up to the hype. We have walked for an hour and barely seen anything." Sean says, "With 6 intersecting streets, this is going to be quite the hike." "You two grab some seats. We are going to find more snacks." Wong scratches his head and whines, "But I need a rest too." Sun Halen playfully shoves him. "Go rest somewhere else and let the lovebirds be, or do you actually want to be a third wheel?" Ling Xi finds a shop selling 50-year-old aged olive wine. The owner happily shows off his finest specialty brew to them. "This brew boosts your speed. Each bottle is 800 milliliters. It is a wonderful treat for yourself or a very nice gift." Impressed, Yang Qiron points to a bottle. "We will take one." The owner serves it with 2 cups. "Here's your wine, guests." That will be 200,000. After a quick payment chime, Zhang Qiron raises her glass with a smile toward her friend Chu Yi. "Big brother Chu Yi, cheers to your big singles tournament win." Their glasses clink softly as Chu Yi smiles. "Cheers to our victory." She finishes her drink in one go and tilts her head. "How odd this wine doesn't seem very strong at all, does it?" 10 minutes later, a very red-faced Zhang asks dizzily, "Brother Chu, why are there 2 of you? Are you feeling tipsy already?" Zhang giggles, counting 1 big brother, 2 big brothers. Chu Yi sighs. Usually alcohol doesn't affect a level 19 professional like her. But this brew is made with D-rank heavenly olives. Even with low alcohol, it still packs a surprisingly powerful punch. It can knock you out fast. Chu Yi stands up. "It is getting late and the others aren't back. Let's go find them." Zhang whines, "I don't want to go." Suddenly, a mysterious woman with a wine glass strolls over. "Well, hello there, handsome." She smirks playfully. "My glass is empty. Want to buy me a drink?" Chu Yi glares and points to the table behind him. "There's half a bottle left. That will be 100,000, please. Pay up." She laughs. "Wow, you are quite the character. I like your style. How about we find a quiet place to chat?" Zhang Qiron looks completely flustered and very red-faced. Zhang's hair hides her eyes as she gasps in shock. She shoves the woman away. "Too close," the woman whispers back playfully. "That wasn't very polite, little lady. You two aren't dating, so why are you ruining his luck with women?" She wonders to herself, so that is the famous Chu Yi, the season's strongest rookie, and his friend Zhang Qiron. People assume Qiron is his girlfriend, but they aren't a couple yet. It's just a sweet girl crushing on a clueless boy. It'll be a while before they make a move, so this is my chance to bring Zhou Yi under my spell. She smirked playfully. "Once he's mine, all those legendary rewards will belong to me." She stepped closer with a grin. "Right, handsome?" Qiron sputtered, her face turning beet red. Suddenly, Zhou Yi grabbed her hand, leaving her in total wide-eyed shock. Zhou Yi stayed perfectly polite and unfazed. "I don't mind Xiao Ran ruining my luck with other girls." He led her away. "Besides, you're pretty average, so it's not like I'm losing much luck anyway." Her jaw hit the floor. Average. He kept leading her through the busy crowd until Qiron stopped. "Brother Zhou Yi." He turned around, blushing slightly. She looked up and whispered, "I like you." Zhou Yi froze instantly. "Xiao Ran," he stammered while her cheeks turned crimson. "I know the finals are tomorrow, but I had to say it. I hate seeing other girls flocking to you." A dark, jealous aura flared up behind her. She lunged into his arms. "Please, can I be your official girlfriend?" she asked, then promptly fainted. Wang froze Bun in midair. "Wait, what?" The group stared blankly, clutching their breakfast buns. Their eyes went wide, witnessing such a legendary scene. The next morning, the sun rose and the alarm clock buzzed loudly. Churan remembered the chaotic night. I like you. She bolted upright, blushing, and peeked out her door to check the coast. Wang spotted her and called, Xiaoran, you're finally awake. Sleepyhead, come eat breakfast. He waved with a cheerful, friendly grin. Everyone looked over. Zhou Yi panicked and started shoveling food. The others squinted, sensing something was definitely up between them. Churan sat down wondering, wait, was that just a dream? Did I actually say those embarrassing things out loud? Her face turned beet red as she poked her breakfast. Zhou Yi acted cool while the others whispered about the obvious tension. Let's look back at last night's chaos. Clutching the fainted Churan, Zhou Yi looked at his friends and pleaded for help. Please just pretend you saw nothing. Xiaolan looked confused. But it's so obvious that you two are a perfect match. Zhou Yi looked at her. The Jiang family is an ancient legendary clan, powerful long before the Eternal Advent game launched. Over centuries, they became a top-tier power. I'm just a disciple with a little bit of fame right now, he sighed. It sounds impressive, but compared to her family's legacy, my achievements are basically nothing. He looked up at the sky. I don't want to make things difficult for her. Once I grasp ultimate power, no clan will ever stand in my way. They'll all crumble to dust soon, Ceylon whispered from behind her hair. Brother Yi, you're such a noble god of war. I'll support you forever. I'm now the president of your shipping club. Zhou Yi could only break into a nervous sweat. Wang set down his chopsticks. 10 elite universities are competing in the grand finals of the National Freshman Exchange Tournament. Every school faces the other 9 contenders. That brings us to a grand total of 45 intense matches for the championship. Rankings depend on total wins. Today is our 9th battle. Win this, and the glorious championship title will finally be ours. I hope everyone stays humble and focuses on defeating Mu University. The team cheered as Wang gave a cheerful, bright smile. She looked at Sonia. As our substitute, don't let the pressure get you. Yungfeng added, Sonia is a very talented summoner. She'll provide incredible support, so protecting her is our absolute top priority. Then Dean Su stepped up to speak politely. I'll skip the long speech. Wei is badly injured and still unconscious, which has unfortunately dropped our representative team's overall strength. With Joy on their side, taking first place will be a massive challenge for us all. The Dean explained with concern. The Dean thought, a freshman all-rounder. If our team is a 1, then Zhou Yi alone is a 2 or 3. He's a terrifyingly strong monster. No, he is someone far beyond any normal monster or talented player I have ever seen. He could almost wipe out every top school single-handedly. The Dean gripped Wu's hand. Even if we lose, maintain our honor. Don't let them look down on us. I need every one of you to give your absolute best. Can you do that? The crowd roared. Yes, we can. Let's go. Dean Su led the way, followed by 5 Modu students looking powerful and imposing. Sun Xiao mused. Is Modu destined for 3rd place again? Even if we were all here, we'd likely still face a defeat. But 7 years ago, the captain was injured and couldn't play. Yet through teamwork, they crushed their opponents and won anyway. Coincidentally, back then, it was also Modu versus Suhong University. Sunan Xiao touched her face with a thoughtful look. If I use that hidden method, could I pull off a miracle? A camera drone zipped by as the announcer's voice boomed. The highly anticipated match between Modu and Suhong University is starting. It is time for the final showdown to begin. But before they take the field, let me announce the Cheyenne Professional League prizes for our top 3 winning teams. First, every player on the 3rd place team will receive a custom 3-star golden grade equipment set for their specific class. My 2nd place stars will each earn a gorgeous, custom-fitted 4-star golden equipment set. For the champions, the Cheyenne League offers everyone a full 2-star epic set. The crowd gasped. They are being so wonderfully generous. I am quite jealous. These prizes are twice as grand as last year. They must be wealthy. I would love to compete for such treasure. Joy rested his chin, politely tallying the value. 1 legendary weapon is great, but it cannot compare to this massive team jackpot. Each full set features 7 items, top-bottom belt shoes, weapon necklace, and a lovely ring. With 10 members per team, including substitutes, that totals 70 pieces of epic grade gear. Their value could craft 2 legendary weapons. Wang Tixin chuckled, clasping his hands with a smile. What a delightful score. That epic gear belongs to us, the announcer shouted. Now that the prizes are out, let the fun begin. Welcome the teams from Suhong and Modu universities. Step forward. The crowd roared, Go Joy, we are rooting for you. Both teams are ready. The stadium energy is electric. Joy's group is prepared. 3, 2, 1, let the match begin. Sun Xiao stayed focused, while Joy's team charged politely. Joy gripped his hammer as Wang grinned at the fun challenge. Sun closed her eyes, weaving a spell. Radiant light gathered as she chanted, Come forth, spirit hatchling dragon Russ. I summon the spirit swarm, Jack Snake, Hadida, and Guardian Sebius. Answer me. Please help me win. Arise, Lion King, Kamala. 5 spirits appeared around Sunshao roaring as they surged toward Joy's brave team. Kamala unleashed a golden energy wave with a howl. Lingi raised her scepter, blocking gracefully before firing a counterspell. The bees darted forward with sharp stingers. Song Halan moved, precisely launching a flurry of glowing magical talismans. The charms stuck to the bee tails. Song Halan raised her hand and they exploded like colorful fireworks. Wong fought the giant snake Hadida with flair. Jang Churan dashed forward, landing quick, skillful slashes on Sebius. Joy moved like a leaf, dodging everything. His keen eyes watched his friends. They are doing great. Friendly combat is best. Their coordination improved 30% today. The spectators watched, amazed by the team's wonderful growth. Sun Xiao stayed elegant during her incantation. Joy bypassed the summons and swung at Sun, who remained perfectly still. Deeply focused, Sun Xiao's eyes snapped open, glowing with brilliant intensity. A massive hand caught the hammer strike. Chu Yi looked miffed as it grabbed his blade. Poor Sun Xiao held on tight. The ape's red eyes glowed as it caught the blow. It swung a fist, forcing our hero to brace. As the floor splintered, the beast howled. A glowing green ring appeared, launching magical bolts everywhere. Sun Xiao was stunned, then summoned Hadida. Red eyes locked on the summon. The ape grabbed Hadida by the throat. With a crunch, it splattered ichor across the arena. Tossing the remains, it glared. No more tricks. Why am I here? Sun Xiao shook, stuttering a single word. Fight. She pointed at Chu Yi. Go take him down. This was the level 24 blazing ape, a mythic monster. These rare fire beasts are born with flame control. Finding one means your luck is either amazing or terrible. As it roared, Chu Yi realized the stakes. A legendary summon. Things just got spicy. The creature nodded. Fine then. Prepare to meet your maker. Sun Xiao waved frantically. Not like that rubble flew as she shielded her eyes. The ape lunged with incredible speed. Wong Tixin gasped. Are you kidding? How is that legendary grade? Lingxi raised her staff, casting a blue tidal shield. Song Halan began an earth chant. Mother Earth, grant me strength. Spirits, answer my call. A massive stone pillar erupted to block the path. That level 8 tidal shield was top tier, yet it felt like paper against the blazing ape's raw power. With a casual punch, the monster turned the wall into tiny pebbles. Wong Tixin helped, conjuring a vibrant red barrier for extra defense. The ape slammed its fists onto their shields. Se Helen panted. Thank goodness Brother Yi's buff saved us. Without that power-up, their defenses would have crumbled. Legendary monsters are too strong, boss. What now? Chu Yi manifested a sacred Aegis sigil. The ape swung claws sharp enough to cut through steel. Chu Yi glanced back. I will take it from here. Leave the stage. The team shouted in shock. Say what? Wong Tixin protested. You are joking, right? This is a legendary beast that does not play nice. Chu Yi looked serious. Do I look like I am joking? I have a trick for this monkey. If things get wild, I cannot keep you safe. Jang Churan looked worried. Do not worry about us, boss. We've got this, Ling Shi chirped. I'm just a low level, but I truly want to help. Sion Hallen beamed brightly. Brother, yeah, we're the ultimate dream team. That huge blazing ape threw another fiery, heavy fist. Chu Yi let out a soft sigh. One slip up against a legendary beast, and it's game over. A revive means a massive stat penalty and a 3-month debuff. You'd be stuck without any combat training for a really long time. Do you realize how scary those consequences are? Chu Yi asked, giving Jiang Churan a gentle, friendly head pat. I appreciate the worry about me soloing, but having you lovely ladies here is just too distracting. It's just one little legendary grade beast anyway. Down in the stands, the crowd was absolutely stunned. One fan gasped, No way! We're looking at a legendary tier upset right here. What if you're Wendy? Will the legendary disaster from 7 years ago repeat itself today? The announcer boomed, his voice echoing through the entire stadium. Substitute summoner Sun Xiao just summoned a real legendary grade beast. Can our hero Chu Yi actually turn the tables on this desperate situation? Who takes the gold? And a red-haired bully smirked. Haha, a legendary beast. Perfect. Chu Yi is definitely toast now. Beasts are ranked like gear, bronze, silver, gold, epic, and legendary. Even at the same level, a higher grade means a massive power gap. Take a basic skill like charge. A bronze beast version is weak, maybe only F rank, human level at best. But when a legendary rank beast uses that same skill, it hits with A rank force or maybe even a terrifying S rank. Worst of all, these legendary beasts have insane resistances. They're legendary tanks. Remember that scary Goblin King? He was only an epic rank boss. Witnessing a legendary monster in a student tournament is just purely unbelievable. It's honestly so hard to wrap my head around. Is Zhao Yi's legendary win streak finally crashing down? The announcer yelled, "Wait, why is the team throwing in the towel now?" Glowing forfeit seals appeared beneath Xian Halen and the team. The arena shield protects anyone who quits. Zhao Yi signaled to Zhang Churan. Zhang Churan gave a polite nod. "I forfeit too," she said. Magical shards instantly swirled around her for her safety. Zhao Yi paused. She cheered, "Brother, Zhao, you've got this." The massive legendary beast slammed its heavy fist against the protective barrier. Zhao Yi leaped back roaring as a fiery red aura coated his arms. The floor beneath him began to splinter and explode. Dust filled the air as two crimson drops splashed onto the shattered floor. The monster looked at its cut tail. "Ouch, that really hurt." Zhao Yi completely transformed his form, wielding a golden hammer with a grin. Now that the girls are safe and sound, I don't have to worry anymore. Let's do this. Let's see what this legendary beast can really do. Someone gasped, "Am I dreaming?" Sunya cried out. Zhao Yi actually drew blood from a legendary monster. That beast sensed a royal legendary presence pulsing within Zhou Yi's soul. The creature paused, feeling quite uneasy. "My clan are born sovereigns, the undisputed rulers of our own domains," it reflected. Yet, in my memories, Mother warned me never to provoke anyone carrying those supreme lineages. A soft image of his mother's warm embrace calmed his heart for a moment. Now, for the first time, I sensed that terrifying power from this puny mortal boy. I'd flee despite the backlash if he were stronger. Thankfully, he's just a lucky guy who fused with divinity. Nothing more. Crackling energy surged around its fist as it prepared to strike. Now witness my true unbridled power. Charging forward with glowing red eyes, it wove a mystical construct. A spiked flail appeared, its heavy ends linked by shimmering chains. As the beast attacked, our hero simply gave a polite nod. Zhou Yi calmly raised his hand. Suddenly, dazzling golden shackles of holy light shot forward. The beast swung its weapon, clashing violently against the heavenly chains. Zhou Yi then unleashed a radiant pulse, blasting the creature backward. It drove its weapon deep into the stone to stop itself. The beast skidded back, leaving a trench and glaring in fury. Zhou Yi blinked. Surprised the monster didn't have a single scratch. "Stop this madness," Master Chu yelled. "He's our family's future." Xiao Hang bolted away, desperate to find Teacher Wang for help. Old Master Chu turned and yelled, "Forget the school's reputation. We must protect our boy at once." Principal Chung urged Teacher Wu to forfeit and save their star. "Quite right," he agreed. Zhou Yi is a future legend who will govern vast lands. Risking such a talent for a simple match is just ridiculous. Xiao Hong returned, pleading with Teacher Wu to end the duel. The Chu family will pay any price to compensate the school. Everyone nearby agreed that his safety was all that mattered. Rankings are just numbers. His life is worth far more today. Wang just cleaned his ear, looking remarkably bored by the chaos. He recalled asking the principal about the boy's hidden potential. The principal stood with his hands tucked back, looking very calm. Unless the enemy is a level 26 legend, he's perfectly safe. Wang knew that after level 20, the power scale changes completely. Whether human or beast, every single level is massive. The gap between tiers is wider than a canyon now. One level 26 beast easily crushes a whole pack of lower ones. He's still 2 levels below that mark. While the others panicked, Wang knew our hero was just getting started. This fiery primate swings its massive club with pure rage, but Chu Yi quickly calls his Light's Judgment skill. Holy lightning zaps the flaming beast, making it howl that sacred energy is certainly tingly. Total divine retribution. The monster screams, swatting the beam away while testing our hero's strength. Hovering high, Chu Yi stays calm. His Light's Judgment has finally reached rank A. With solar buffs and S+ angelic talent, his power doubles once he completes the transformation. Usually this strike crushes epic goblins, yet this beast heals as if nothing happened. Watching the monster recover, Chu Yi notes its crazy healing just as it lunges at him. Golden sparks fly as spectral chains try to bind it. It calls it a pathetic trick. Chu Yi defeated a legend before, but that foe was uniquely weak to light magic. That fight didn't show a legend's power. He must study patterns to survive future threats. The monster's speed is ramping up, and it's becoming immune. This evolution is simply ridiculous. No wonder humanity struggled during the ancient era. These monsters are built differently than us. As the melee intensifies, Chu Yi prays for heaven's favor, a shield, and divine bravery. Stacking these buffs before his angelic shift will push his celestial form to its limit. The ape smashes the ground, sending rocks flying. A shocked Lian wonders about Chu's power. Her friend notes, if the master falls, the servant vanishes. Luckily, he isn't targeting Xiao. Jiangfeng nods, knowing the stakes are high. He shouts for the team to stay focused. Keep Xiao Qiao safe. Lai agrees with a nod, and the trio makes their stand. Chu Yi descends with golden spears, while Wang ignites his fierce suit of molten armor. He fuses his twin blades into a giant staff as a massive palm shadows the sun. Their combined strength shatters the air, causing an explosion that carves a hole in earth. Debris falls everywhere as the frightened crowd runs for safety. A rank 3 mage intervenes, using her book to summon swirling protective water. The waves form a sturdy shield blocking the intense heat of the fiery shockwave. A man sighs while a pink-haired girl cheers for the talented mage's quick thinking. Phew, we're safe, the guy exclaims. Man, that fight seriously gave me the chills. He wondered if they'd need a revival. Meanwhile, our clever mage flips through her book. To keep everyone safe, the Alliance boosted the barrier to level 7 before the match. A level 7 barrier usually tanks the strongest attacks from any mage with total ease. But surprisingly, young Chu Yi shattered it. We haven't seen power like this in years. Our nation has produced a legendary genius. Suddenly, a heavy foot stomps the ground. Crackling lightning fills the air as Ling Yunyuansha reappears ready to fight. Puffing out smoke and flames, the beast is clearly annoyed by everything. Oh boy. This pesky magic is blocking its healing. In a huff, the monster slams its fists. As the earth cracks, it yells about losing. Suddenly, Chu Yi lands a solid punch. Even though he's smaller, Chu Yi's hit sends the giant back with an unhappy scream. He zooms in for a super kick, sending the beast tumbling away once again. Golden light beams down as a majestic bird and lion suddenly appear from the rocks. A voice speaks up, making everyone nervous. Will you give up or keep going? Sun Xiao stops her magic and surrenders. Dean Su sighs while Old Master Chu smiles. The announcer shouts, the winners are Suhong University. Ao Nebo, our new champions, are crowned. Let's hear it for our amazing champions and our absolute superstar player, Chu Yi. Without his level-up skills, it wouldn't be fun. Everyone is chanting Chu Yi's name. After 45 matches between 10 schools, our grand tournament has officially come to an end. With 9 wins, the winner is Suhang University. What an exciting event. Mo University takes second, while Qingjing University grabs third. The crowd is absolutely roaring for Suhang's superstar, the legendary Chu Yi. A brown-haired commentator jumps in with some expert hype. Can you believe Chu Yi is only 18? His power level is already off the charts. Our boy is destined to be a top-tier professional in the nation. With the battle finished, he gracefully shifts back to his normal, handsome self. He's totally wiped and drenched in sweat after that intense showdown. Suddenly, a sweet, white-haired girl calls out his name. It's the lovely Jiang Charan. She rushes over, worried about his angelic form. Meanwhile, a cheeky, orange-haired cameraman frantically tries to capture this spicy romantic moment for the fans. Quick, get the lens on those two. This is content gold. Views are skyrocketing past 50,000 live. Now that is what I call a power couple. Chu Yi gently pats her head and whispers, I am so sorry for worrying you. I'm a bit weak, but I finally leveled up. The fans are losing it. They're definitely dating. One viewer cries out, please no more cute PDA. My single heart can't take the jealousy. God Yi should belong to everyone, the fans joke. Fairy Ran is so stunning. Suddenly, a mysterious hand blocks the lens with a firm cough. The comment section goes nuclear. Who's blocking the view? It was just getting juicy. Streamer, do your job and move that hand. Get rid of that guy, and I'll send a super rocket. Little do they know that guy is the very intimidating Wu Mang. He squeezes the camera like it's a toy, smiling quite cheerfully. Private streaming is forbidden now. Ready for a quick lesson on the rules. The streamers turn pale as ghosts. He then kindly tells Chu Yi, head back to the villa first and get some well-deserved rest. I'll brief everyone on the final event, the survival match. Fast forward a bit, and a voice echoes throughout the entire villa with the news. The survival match is the epic finale of our team competition. All contestants will soon enter a massive dungeon to explore freely and level up. Standing tall, Wu Mang notes, this isn't a mere simulation anymore. This match takes place in a genuine open-world dungeon where things get real. Everyone should expect the unexpected. In a place like this, even those with incredible strength might have bad luck and get eliminated early. He explains that defeating monsters earns you 100 points. The rules for this final match are actually quite simple and fair. Slaying various magic beasts earns those precious points, but remember, surrendering costs 500 points, which go straight to your lucky opponent. He continues, eliminating a rival contestant will net you half of their total points. Talk about a high-stakes way to level up your score. After 7 days, the school with the most points wins. Now behold the map. This secret realm dungeon is absolutely massive, isn't it? Each day, you're restricted to a specific area. As the match progresses, the searchable zone will gradually shrink, keeping the action intense. Everyone must reach the new safe zone on time or face automatic elimination. Oh, and there is one last crucial thing to remember. Your starting point is totally random, so if you hit the boundaries void zone, retreat immediately. No witty jokes will save you there. A hint of worry flickers in his eyes. That void is packed with spatial tears that will wipe out even high-level pros instantly. Everyone chimed in together with a polite, "Understood, sir." Later that night, a pair of boots slowly approached the base under the moonlight. It was Dean Su arriving, just as the automatic doors buzzed open. You could really feel the heavy tension filling the room tonight. It was so quiet you could hear everyone breathing. Then a friendly voice spoke. "Ah, Dean Su, you finally made it to the meeting." Walking toward the table, he asked about the instructor's plan. Dean Cheng smiled politely. "Well, if things go smoothly, we've got this. Our school will definitely snag first place in this survival challenge again." He paused, then asked, "But are we truly satisfied with just that?" A blue-haired girl casts magic for the cameras as the announcer roars, "Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The grand finale is officially starting." The freshman tournament's survival race begins now. This year's epic challenge will last for 7 full days and nights of pure excitement. Because it's such a long event, we won't have a live audience. However, you can catch every heartbeat of the action on our app. Now behold the secret survival dungeon. A massive landscape appeared on screen, looking like something straight out of a legendary quest. Sturdy stone ruins emerged from the mist as the announcer hyped it up. "This is definitely not your average low-level grinding spot, folks. Welcome to the ancient battlefield called the Ruins of the 10,000 Beast Emperor." Looking at the massive gate, the players were buzzing. The players were filled with excitement as the narrator explained the lore. History forgot this war, but the land is packed with mystery. Vicious, high-level magic beasts are lurking everywhere. They are waiting with sharp claws for any brave challenger to step inside their domain. Every bit of dirt could be hiding a legendary artifact or some priceless heavenly treasures. Now that sounds like a dream for any adventurer. Only the smartest and bravest will uncover the secrets within. One guy cheered, "Wait. Divine gear. If I find that I'm set for life." A black-haired youth overheard him and just shook his head. He thought, "Man, which school let this naive newbie into such a dangerous place? If this place was free to explore, the military would have looted it already. There is no way any good drops are still lying around." Suddenly, the massive doors creaked open as the announcer's voice thundered. "Contestants, grab your gear and face this challenge with all your heart. We are so excited to see the legends you will become today. The race is officially on, and the atmosphere is absolutely electric." Spotting Chuyi, a nearby student, worriedly hoped they wouldn't meet too early. Those broad shoulders definitely screamed total powerhouse energy. Just then, a mysterious figure emerged. His cloak billowed with such elegant hidden power. There they stood, Chuyi and Wei, a heroic duo ready for any challenge. "Strange," Chuyi mused. "Teleportation separated us." He heard retreating footsteps and turned quickly. "Humph, that stranger used a speed skill and vanished." Chuyi just shrugged. 0 points. "Why waste time on you?" He chuckled, summoning his heavy, reliable warhammer. A clever grin spread across his face. "Bunnies need fattening before the big harvest." Elsewhere, Jolin stood in the forest, politely, sensing the vibrant life within the trees. A red flash darted nearby. She stayed perfectly still, tracking the intruder with ease. "North, 1,000 meters, unknown school." She aimed her bow. "Chuyi, is that you?" Her spirit arrow soared gracefully. The target recognized the magical projectile instantly. Wai dodged nimbly. "Wait, it's me." His sharp gaze froze the arrow midair. "Whew, glad you spoke up," she smiled. "Why the frantic running, you scaredy cat?" He scratched his cheek nervously. "Seen Su-Hong students." He secretly hoped his panic didn't show. They moved together. She explained, "Actually, my plant empathy only reaches 10 miles. You're the first I've found." He agreed that teaming up was their best strategy. "That sounds like a wonderful plan," she replied cheerfully. "Let's do our best." Elsewhere, a dark-haired student watched puzzled. A Duke and Tonkin student teaming up. His friend adjusted his glasses. Their levels match, so they're being quite cautious. Everyone is wary. This instance dungeon is far too dangerous to explore alone. Teaming up is smart. The real excitement happens after this first easy day. By day, 7 locations are revealed. That's when the player versus player action truly intensifies. He understood. Suddenly, monsters charged. Chuyi lowered 2 fingers and whispered, "Fall." Instantly, they vanished. Talk about an easy level up, 100 points secured. Nearby, green monsters snarled, "A brat, kill him!" Then the air grew heavy. Blue energy flared as Chu Yi commanded, "Freeze!" The monsters turned to solid ice. A snap of his fingers shattered them. He annihilated giant spiders for 500 points. One powerful swing of his hammer earned 1,200 more points. What a breeze. Soon the area was clear. Chu Yi smiled, checking his glowing blue ring. That was tough. Let's check the score. Solo mechanists truly do dominate the field. My scouts find easy prey and avoid bosses. I can hunt everywhere at once. Headmaster Wu was right. This match is perfect for mechanists and summoners to shine. Chu Yi 15,792. The gap is truly massive. He checked his friends' ranks. 9th place Jiang Chuan with 249 points. 10th Wang Chixin. Suddenly Chu Yi froze. Something felt very wrong. His friends are decent fighters. They should be scoring like average students at least. Why are their scores so low? Tanwei is 72nd. He stopped eyes wide. He was shocked Tanwei was already eliminated. The leaderboard updated to confirm his exit. Only 3 ways out map monsters or players, but this ring is safe. So the dungeon didn't do it. He pictured Tanwei's cautious and capable face. Tanwei might be a substitute, but he certainly isn't weak or reckless. He's a cautious guy who avoids risks. Something feels incredibly wrong here. Could other players be teaming up against him? It's a very troubling thought. He imagined rivals plotting with malicious smiles. Watch for monsters and solo players, but organized teams are even scarier. They cooperate to ambush others and maximize gains. But wait, teleportation was random. Initially, every team member starts the match alone. Teaming up so soon? No way, that's usually a final boss move. A loud voice boomed, "Players, listen up. The safe zone is shrinking fast. Get there in 3 hours or you're out." Wow, talk about a curveball. Elsewhere, Chu Yi zipped through the rocks like a blur. "My luck is terrible." He bolted toward the new map marker. "This zone is miles away. Time to sprint." Helping Tanwei will have to wait. Suddenly, a blue light sparkled on a peak. He dashed to the summit instantly. He knew that aura. It was definitely Ling Shi. She was fighting with water spells when Wu Kang tried a sneaky backstab. Ling Shi dodged. How annoying. She summoned a glowing shield to block the blow. "My turn," she giggled, casting a huge counterspell. A spiky orb appeared above him. It smashed down, leaving him stunned. Ling Shi pouted. "Some people never learn, do they? Didn't they say never to underestimate a lady? And my memory is quite sharp." Another shadow lunged. Ling Shi smirked. "Did you think I missed the second guy?" She struck her staff down. Her rock tomb skill instantly trapped them in stone. Both foes were stuck solid. Taking a breather, Ling Shi looked them over. "Surrender now, or do we keep going?" Suddenly a mocking slow clap filled the air. Li Jang stepped from the shadows with a grin. "Another challenger," she thought. "What a talented mage. Too bad your team keeps stealing all your glory." His hounds charged mid-taunt. She snapped back. "You certainly love to hear yourself talk." Her water arrows flew, but one hound bit her arm. She gasped in pain. Li Jang laughed. "Finish her." Without her staff, she's completely defenseless now. "I've finally won," he gloated. But Ling Shi just gave him a mysterious little smile. "Success requires actual strength," she chirped. Suddenly a magic circle exploded under his feet. "No way," he screamed. Boom. A massive blast sent him and his hounds flying. A system chime echoed. Ding Li Jian has taken game-ending damage. He is out. Li Ken is eliminated. Tang Lingxi gains 1,500 points. But she collapsed, coughing. "My mana is totally drained," she whispered, looking exhausted. Wu Kang threw a dagger at her, but a mysterious foot blocked the blade. "What?" Wu Kang gasped. Zhao Yi had arrived. "You really have a death wish." His powerful kick caused a massive explosion. Ling Shi softly whispered his name, Zhou. "Brother Yi," she murmured before fainting. The system's robotic voice announced the result. Wu Kang is severely injured and eliminated. He can no longer compete in the match. Zhao Yi gets points. Suddenly he felt Lu Shang trying a cowardly backstab from behind. Zhao's icy glare froze him. The system announced that Luo Shang had forfeited immediately. Bonus points. Ling Shi gets more. Zhao realized these three were working together. He moved her to safety, but then his AI bracelet began to buzz loudly. Alert rank 69, Zhang Za has been eliminated. Ling Shi felt a surge of anger. They ganged up on him too. Those shameless bullies, she cried out politely. "Brother Yi, doesn't this tournament feel a bit suspicious to you?" she asked softly. The warp was random. How did they group up so fast on day one? And how did they find us? Zhao Yi frowned. "They must be tracking us." "That's cheating," she yelled, her cheerful face full of pure, polite outrage. Zhao sighed. "If it's a player skill, the judges might let it slide, Ling Shi. But if it's illegal..." His eyes narrowed. "I'll make sure they lose everything today." "Our friends are being hunted," she worried. "What if they're already surrounded by monsters?" Seeing her concern, Zhao Yi gave a soft smile. It looks like the 9 schools are finally joining forces. Their plan is simple: exhaust me. They've reserved me as the grand finale for day 7. Honestly, I'm getting pretty bored with these tiny games and petty tactics. At this point, an ambush is practically a sure thing. With a mischievous twinkle, he added that against true absolute strength, those silly tricks are just totally worthless. For everything they've done today, just you wait 6 more days. I'll pay them back with double interest. That bold charm of his made her blush instantly. Her face turned crimson as she whispered his name deep in her heart. After soothing her, he grabbed his blade, ready to head out. But first, he gently reminded her to stay behind. Your wound still needs some time to heal. Sip this magic potion and take it easy. I'll clear out the local monsters while you nap. A few days later, the official tournament drone buzzed to life with an update. It was now November 20th, 2064, and the climax of the National Freshman Exchange Survival Tournament had finally arrived at last. The remaining 74 contestants braced for a final clash to decide the top ranks. Suddenly, every player's location flashed onto their AI bracelets for everyone to see. The whole world watched, waiting to see a new legend born. The stadium erupted as fans cheered for the tournament's epic and thrilling finale. Everyone was on the edge of their seats for this massive final collision. Suhong University has only 3 heroes left: Zhao Yi, Lingxi, and Chiron. But check out those odds. The 9 schools still have 71 players working together. The numbers are just totally stacked against our heroes. Can Zhao Yi truly survive a combined raid from 9 different colleges? Just then, the scout camera shifted its focus to a brand new area. Deep within a sun-scorched desert, a huge army lay in wait for their target. A scout yelled that Zhao Yi and Lingxi were closing in rapidly. Wei Yi checked his map and barked out fresh commands. Zhang Churan is to the northwest. She's skilled, sure, but she's no unstoppable monster like Zhao Yi. We've already sent 10 fighters to intercept her. Shaolin take 5 more and finish her. The rest of us will handle Zhao Yi together. 47 of us should be plenty to take down one man. Shaolin nodded, ready for some real action. Once orders were set, Wei Yi rallied his troops with a loud, confident shout. If he keeps this pace, the monster Zhao Yi will arrive in 1 hour. This single fight will decide our future and final rankings. Stay sharp and give it everything you've got. Meanwhile, a silver flash sliced through the air. Zhang Churan was busy clearing a path, brushing challengers aside like autumn leaves. Anyone brave enough to charge her was sent flying back in an instant. Xiaolan stepped forward with a little smirk. Long time no see, little sister. She leveled her bow at Churan, teasing that she was playing the numbers game today. Don't worry, once this tournament is finally over, we can have a proper one-on-one. Churan simply laughed at the suggestion. Why wait for later? Her aura flared as she stood her ground firmly. Big brother Zhao Yi usually does the heavy lifting, so you all think I'm weak. But today I'm going to show you exactly what a real level up looks like. Xiaolin gasped in shock as she realized it was a complete succubus awakening. She was totally floored by the sight. Our dear Ran mastered her secret bloodline just in time for this legendary duel. Even with 24 of us, we'll need to work together perfectly. She quickly fired a supportive arrow while cheerfully shouting orders to the group. Meanwhile, in the dunes, 2 giant beasts were locked in a fierce duel. Suddenly, an overwhelming and immense power flooded the entire area. It was so intense that both creatures turned and fled. The boys waited until a sudden tremor sent dust clouds swirling everywhere. Wei Yi saw who it was. A giant stone golem stomped forward from the mist. Standing tall on the golem's head were Zhao Yi and Tong Lingxi. He looked down at them with a very smug expression. You should feel quite honored, Zhao Yi, he explained very politely. We've gathered 47 elite contestants from every college just for you. Zhao Yi just scoffed, offering a very witty and sarcastic retort. 47, he mocked. You're all just a messy, disorganized mob of players. That hurt. The angry contestants yelled back about his supposed arrogance. However, our main character wasn't the least bit intimidated by them. Instead, he asked with a smile, Oh dear, did I say something wrong? Has any single person here not been defeated by me already? Then he pointed his finger and issued a legendary challenge. You relied on numbers to bully my school's contestants earlier today, and now you're teaming up again because you're scared of me. I doubt you cowards have the guts to face me alone. It's useless. Come on, weaklings. Even your teamwork is totally pointless now. They were fuming, but he calmly promised to teach them a lesson. No matter how many ants gather, they can never defeat a dragon. The battle began instantly with Wang Guan making the very first move. Heed my summons, he cried, calling his friends into the fray. Raging Flameblade technique, the others shouted, charging forward together. Zhao Yi leaped down, telling Tong Lingxi to wait safely for him. Suddenly, system notifications for Blessing of Courage filled his entire vision. He landed on the floor with a heavy, satisfying thud. He didn't hesitate at all. He dashed forward, activating a self-blessing skill as the system window appeared. A single move from him easily cleared out several other contestants. With every swing more fell, his sheer power made them gasp. He's so fast, they cried, though some doubted a lone freshman. How could one freshman fight 47 people and actually win? Summoned monsters blocked his path, but he charged them without fear. A monster reached out for him. His fist collided with the beast, shattering it into tiny pieces. The others kept attacking, casting defensive fields and holy light guardians. Layers of magical barriers appeared. Zhao Yi broke through one defense, but several more layers remained standing. Confident their 6-layer barrier was impenetrable, the pink-haired trio cheered for victory. But Chu Yi simply chuckled. "Oh, is that what you think?" Flashing a playful yet deadly grin, he pointed their way. "The real fun begins now." Suddenly, a colossal divine hand descended from the heavens. When that titanic palm manifested, poor Wang Xuan turned pale with dread. Across the arena, every contestant felt a bone-chilling wave of terror. Fear froze them in place, making movement impossible. Finally, someone snapped, screaming, "Move, run now, or we're all going to be toasted." While the others scrambled, Wang Guan stood firm, ready to face the divine strike. His team panicked. "Wang Guan, have you completely lost your mind?" He ignored the system's red alerts, screaming about the lethal danger ahead. "Even with zero chance, he declared, "I simply must try my luck." He'd analyzed their last duel to craft this polite counter-strategy. As the iron plates clicked, he meticulously calculated every detail of the impact. Having faced Chu Yi before, he'd studied that hand of God 100 times. Straining his shield, he dissected the hero's incredible technique. The palm looks solid, but its force is actually spread out. By layering his machinery, he hoped to defuse the legendary blow and survive. Just as the metal barricade was set, the moment of truth arrived. Chu Yi's massive divine strike was inches away from a devastating impact. Bracing himself, Wang Guan roared, "Show me your best shot." The celestial palm slammed into his shield with effortless and terrifying power. The defense shattered instantly, turning the earth to dust. Looking like a true deity, Chu Yi's voice echoed politely across the entire battlefield. "Submit or fall," he offered. Yet some warriors refused to yield. Screaming his name, another challenger launched a desperate final flaming assault. A massive sphere of fire roared forward as the exhausted attacker gasped. He hoped keeping the main character busy would buy them time, preventing him from dodging the next big surprise. The group charged with blades drawn, certain that ganging up would overcome his overwhelming strength. With teammates in position, they prepared the ultimate trap. Even if victory was impossible, they were determined to leave a serious mark. Watching the mob swarm him, Chu Yi sighed in disappointment. "I've been far too kind," he remarked, before swiftly eliminating the entire academy team. As the dust settled, Wang felt a pang of regret. His rival had clearly leveled up immensely since their last encounter. He had envisioned a legendary duel, not an embarrassing one-sided beatdown in front of the entire crowd. If he'd seen this coming, the 9-school alliance would have been a waste. Staring at the surrender prompt, he felt his absolute failure. "We're a national joke," he sighed. Meanwhile, Wang laughed at the broadcast, joking about the failed alliance of 9 different schools. He turned toward Dean Chang with a grin. "You certainly worked hard trying to bring down Suhong University, didn't you?" Dean Chang tried to play it cool, acting clueless. Wang just sighed. "Enough with the act, guys. It's just us here." He began listing every name involved in the ambush, from Wei Hai of Mo University to the clever Shaolin and Shangjing's Lian. Only a total fool would miss such an obvious scheme. His tone wasn't just a question, it was a sharp, polite indictment. A typical school wouldn't be this bold, and Mado University, sitting comfortably in second place, had no reason to join this drama. Who else but the hosts at Qingjing could possibly coordinate 9 different schools at once? Dean Chang felt a bead of sweat. Even with the home court advantage, Qingjing was getting absolutely clobbered on the field. To protect their precious reputation, they'd played a bit dirty. When plotting against Zhou Yi, he had challenged Dean Su. "If Su Heng sweeps every event, we'll all look pathetic," he'd argued. "Where's our pride if they take everything for themselves?" The sly Dean Su didn't flinch. "Now, Dean Chang, let's not make excuses. My school has been in 3rd place for ages. We're happy with 2nd. 1st place is too much work." Dean Chang quickly dangled a carrot to secure his cooperation. "Join our alliance," he whispered politely, "and Qingjing will share our precious S-rank resources with you all. Think of it as a token of our friendship." Sensing an opening, that rascal, Dean Su, immediately demanded a double portion. Dean Chang had no choice but to agree. He then revealed the master plan: tell your students to play nice with our allies. Teamwork makes the dream work. Eliminate every Suhong student except Zhou Yi before day 6. If you see Zhou Yi, run regroup and gank him later. Back in the present, Wang challenged the silent deans. You're all such distinguished gentlemen, why so quiet now? He pivoted toward Dean Fanghi, putting the poor man on the spot. The dean blinked, caught off guard. Oh, me. With a firm but gentle voice, Wong said, Dean Fanghi, you're a man of honor and prestige. Aren't you worried this little circus might tarnish your shining reputation? Without missing a beat, he replied, Now, Dean Wu, strategy and cooperation are just logical parts of the game. Technically, no rules were broken. Wong scoffed, his voice turning sharp as he cut through their polite excuses. You think these petty tricks can stop Zhou Yi's growth? It's almost adorable how hard you're all trying. Zhou Yi's power is legendary. Schemes mean nothing to a true monster. A real pro thrives when the odds are stacked high. We're taking first place. Meanwhile, a student tried to teleport away, but the system flashed a bright red error. Oh no, the teleportation failed. Poor Wang Wan began to panic, while the students Zhou Yi defeated were still nursing their wounds. Have mercy. Let us go home. Everyone was begging for a healer, but Wang Wan knew something was definitely wrong with the system. Suddenly, a mysterious rift cracked open out of nowhere. Two massive glowing eyes appeared right behind our brave hero Zhou Yi. The deans watching the live stream were stunned. Wang gasped, wondering how on earth such a monster could sneak into their realm. Dean Chang frantically tried to recall the kids, but the gate was jammed. The technician reported the news with a very trembling voice. Space-time was completely glitched, and the magic simply wouldn't work. Everyone panicked since these students were the nation's brightest future stars. Losing them would be a total catastrophe. Plus, having it all happen on a national live stream was super awkward for everyone. They couldn't let their national pride be dragged through the mud. It was decided they had to save those kids no matter the cost. Even Wong was worried about Zhou Yi making it home safely. But then static filled the screen as the signal cut out completely. The deans were losing their minds. What is going on? They yelled. Talk about the absolute worst timing for a technical glitch. Did a monster just spawn behind Zhou Yi? He spun around just in time to dodge a pair of razor-sharp claws. He grabbed his weapon and threw a heavy punch, but the creature vanished, leaving our hero feeling totally puzzled. Suddenly, Wang Xuan's awesome mech touched down on the ground. He stepped out safely, and Zhou Yi immediately asked him for some answers. The boy identified the scary creature as a void beast. Apparently, it was a legendary monster that had been sealed away for ages. It was the kind of beast from ancient legends, a void-born creature that breaks every rule of physics and reality. It travels through space-time rifts as it pleases, blurring the lines between what is real and what is just an illusion. Most terrifyingly, it can literally tear the world apart. If you get sucked into its rift, it is game over for good. While they wondered how it escaped, a blood-curdling scream suddenly echoed through the air, sending chills down everyone's spines. The other students fled in total terror from that thing, but Zhou Yi stood his ground and began charging up a massive punch. The beast sensed the heat and prepared for battle. It reappeared instantly, slashing at our hero's legs with its sharp claws. Ouch, Zhou. Yi gritted his teeth against the stinging pain. Suddenly, a strange rift started pulling him into the dark abyss. But our hero wasn't quitting just yet. He launched a counterattack even as the portal tried to swallow him whole. With a mighty shout, he unleashed his sacred fist skill. The energy was so intense it practically shredded the entire atmosphere. The strike zipped forward like a bolt of angry lightning, but the void beast caught that red energy ball in a heartbeat. It was Xuanxi lunged forward to shield Zhou Yi from the massive shockwave that followed the explosion. The impact sent them both tumbling into the chilly dirt. As they slid, Halen grabbed her bow and rallied the whole team. Let's take him down, everyone. Amidst the fluffy smoke, Swan realized she was accidentally pinning Zhou Yi to the ground. How embarrassing. Poor Zhou. Yi looked like he had been through a dozen levels already. He weakly joked, Swan, did you really miss me that much? She sighed with relief. I am just glad I'm not late. I noticed you guys were trapped in this secret level. I knew trouble was brewing. Suddenly, Zhou Yi felt a chill. It looked like the beast had found a brand new playmate to hunt. Luckily, a golden beam blocked the attack. Just in time, boom, the ground shattered from the massive force of the rattling blast. Poor Halen was way too close and got caught in the sparks. Swan panicked, screaming for her friend, Halen, watch out. Zhou Yi gasped, Swan, I am feeling sick. I am poisoned. He needed to heal and asked her to protect the others. Now fully energized, the beast went on a wild rampage. Only one person stood between it and the other students. Oh boy. As the claws swung, Swan jumped in with her handy shield. Back off. The poor guys could only stutter as the chaos continued. Then the monster's other massive hand came swinging around. It clearly wasn't planning on letting anyone leave this party early. Amidst the danger, a friendly voice yelled, Hurry up! Move it! Using the bewitching sound skill, the blast pushed our hero to safety. Just then, the void beast let out an incredibly cranky roar. You are certainly thinking big today, aren't you? Jongshan kept hopping around to avoid that giant super strong bully. Seriously? Where did this big guy even spawn from? He huffed, trying to survive as things got super tricky. Suddenly a heavy vibe filled the air, followed by a mean-spirited chuckle. You are no match. You are just ants to the god of space-time. Meanwhile, Zhou Yi was busy activating two helpful skills: self-heal and death resistance. The beast's moves were just so weird. If you got too close, it opened annoying portals. Trying to snipe it, it would just scurry away like a scaredy cat. The entire battlefield had turned into one giant chaotic mess. Plenty of players showed up to help, but everyone was totally stumped by how to handle this interdimensional bully. Suddenly, a pink rope caught Olivia in the danger zone. It was Suan, of course, who quickly handed the girl over to Linhai. Nan hit the ground running, while Linhai patched up the wounded Olivia, completely lost it, letting out a world-class shriek. Talk about a bad day. Linhai stabilized her arm, whispering, "Easy now, let me stitch this up." Olivia looked like she'd seen a ghost. "We are doomed. There is no way out," Olivia wailed. "Not on my watch," Linhai countered, holding on to hope for her dear Chuni. "Focus, our buddy Me is a total beast, okay? He will save us." Sadly, Olivia was already deep in a panic spiral. Master never warned us. Linhai grabbed Olivia's arm, desperate for answers. "Spill it. What is the secret?" But Olivia was just speaking gibberish. "It is all a lie," Olivia cried. "What do you mean?" Linhai asked, but the answer chilled her right to the bone. Darkness swallowed her world in an instant. Meanwhile, the chaotic clash between the students and that void beast raged on. Explosive magic skills illuminated the battlefield like fireworks. Linhai's heart sank as the grim reality of the news set in. She was frozen in pure terror. Suddenly, a stray energy blade whistled past, slicing a nearby bystander clean in half. Not wasting a single second, she spun around and sprinted off. She had to stop this catastrophe before time ran out. Disaster-struck Nan was caught right in the beast's jaws by the time the team noticed the trap had already snapped shut. In a flash, the monster unleashed a massive shockwave, blasting everyone back and keeping the area clear. Chungi charged straight at the swirling black void. "Chuni, stop!" Linhai screamed. "The Dean totally set us up. It is a trap." "He planted void butterfly eggs on us. That mother insect can sniff us out from 100 miles away easily. That is how they tracked us. It explains why 9 rival teams jumped us all at once." Chungi's sharp gaze startled Wang Hian. "I had no idea. I thought we were just unlucky." Linhai quickly continued her explanation. "There is more. The butterflies are linked to that beast. That is why it is hunting us so fiercely. The monster thinks we are thieves, and Nan, she is in real trouble. She might not survive the encounter." Chuni stared at his glowing palm, a bold plan forming. "Linhai, do me a favor. Track down those eggs and the mother." Realization hit her. He was going for a total pro gamer move. Power surged through him like he had just hit max level. I failed her. I could not protect Nan when she needed me most. "If there is even a 1% chance, I will tear this world apart to find her," he declared, his eyes burning. "I am the bait." "Wait, I know how to take that thing down," Tonkyu gasped, struggling to stand on his shaky legs. "Listen up," he wheezed. "My clan has a secret sealing art. It lets a low-level player trap even a god-tier boss. But such a broken skill has a heavy price. The second you use it, your entire mana bar hits 0 instantly. If your body cannot handle the mana drain, it is game over. You will not just fail, you will actually die." Tonku looked discouraged, knowing he was not strong enough. Lin snapped, "Then why bring it up? Talk about a buzzkill." Desperate Chuni grabbed onto this last hope. "Teach me," he demanded, ready to risk it all for the win. A spirit butterfly drifted toward the pile of gross eggs. Then kaboom! The eggs started popping like gross magical popcorn. As the smoke cleared space, itself began to fracture. Feeling a massive level up, Chuni grinned and gripped his weapon tight. "Round 2, let us go." But wait, Chungi is not a summoner. To use this spell, he needs a summoner's physical vessel. After a polite moment of reflection, he made a gutsy move. He would pour all his mana into his eye to create the catalyst. Hammer ready. Chungi started blinking around the field like a pro. This should finally trigger the seal, he thought confidently. The void beast stared at the gutsy kid, feeling a flicker of doubt. How is this human still standing? It puzzled. Still, the monster stayed cocky, mocking our hero's pitiful attempts. Then flash, a massive burst of light smacked the beast right in the face. The impact was so strong his golden hair whipped back. That sudden strike actually left the monster shaking in its boots. Zhao swung his axe with a grin. "I am just getting started." "Gotcha," he shouted, but the monster just let out a villainous laugh. "You still do not get it. You cannot catch a shadow. The beast jeered as the spatial rift started to close up tight. Despite the hit, the monster looked nervous as Zhao Yi closed in. "Uh-oh, this is not good," the beast shrieked in panic. Just as it feared, Zhao Yi gathered all his power. He delivered a legendary smash, turning the beast into total mush. All that pent-up energy exploded in one epic ultimate. "You were pretty cocky for a newcomer," Zhao Yi joked politely. Suddenly, the edges of reality swarmed him. "Puny human witness, the true might of a space-time god," the beast roared. In that tense moment, he recalled Sun Xiao's handy tips. A summoner's mana is the secret key to hopping through dimensions. "Take this," he thought, activating the secret seal. He could trap the god in the rift, but his mana bar was dangerously low. "I cannot protect you forever," a voice warned. Zhao Yi quickly popped his holy light and punishment skills to stay alive. Zhou's genius really shines under pressure. Navigating space-time means every single millisecond counts. Time to strike. Find that tiny opening and bring it down. Ignoring his empty stamina, he launched a sacred fist barrage. Hurt, but polite, he waited to finish. That arrogant beast thought it won. "Not so fast, pal. I'll totally pay you back for this." Zhou shook. "Man, I'm at my limit." Suddenly, holy light flared with power. A divine seal snared the beast's body and soul. The beast slowed down, completely helpless. A messy win. Hey, a victory is still a victory. Zhou Yi was running on empty. That angelic transformation really sucked his mana dry. Glowing light surrounded him as he whispered, "Plus, I've been spamming skills like crazy." The beast panicked, realizing the truth. Holy light glowed as Zhou's fingers twitched. A divine rune caged the monster. Yield now, exhausted Zhou's memories began to flicker. He recalled their goal, that 5th championship. Then he heard Chu's sweet, gentle voice. These memories were the perfect fuel. He saw her landing, looking right at him. He vividly recalled her succubus kiss. It felt like she shared a secret spark. Through the blur, something caught his eye. Chu Ran held a heart, whispering softly. "Find me." He snapped awake with crimson eyes. Recharged Zhou launched his final strike. He focused everything on pinning the beast down. "Now stay put for me, okay?" Golden runes swirled around the confused monster. They became threads binding it tight. No more acting tough. The beast begged for mercy. "I surrender. I quit." Systems. You've successfully tamed a magical beast. Set it as your new summon. Zhou wanted answers. "Where's Xiaoan?" the beast shrieked as Zhou gave it a squeeze. "Ow, my eye, the girl. She's fine." Nearby, a mysterious flower started blooming. Cosmic petals slowly unfurled. Deep inside the eternal flower, Chu Ran was napping cozily. Lingxi paced anxiously, her heart simply wishing for Zhou Yi to return safely. The class cheered, "Is she okay? Did you crush that beast?" Meanwhile, villains reconsidered their plans. "The portal is fixed, still attacking." Chu Ran blinked in confusion, whispering, "Wait, big brother." Silent, he pointed his massive hammer toward the heavens. Wang Wan yelled, "Zhou, what are you doing?" Another buddy panicked. "Have you lost your marbles?" But Zhou just let the battle rage on. Everyone scrambled had he lost it, but Zhou stood firm. Surrender now or get a beating. They had to throw in the towel. He even claimed they weren't rivals. What a gentleman. Suddenly a system alert pinged. Sonia from Madu University has officially resigned. Hailan Jin admitted, "I was just worried. Okay." Even top student Xiao Yang gave a polite shrug. "Yai is just too wild." He laughed, surrendering politely. Zhou's score jumped to 50,000. He claimed every single point. The other teams fumed. That guy hogged all the loot. "Are there any points left for us?" Once safe, Zhou totally fainted, scaring the poor girl. "Oh no," Ling cried, catching him. Zhou whispered, "I'm out of mana. My tank is empty." If they fought back, I would have lasted 5 seconds. His spirit still glowed bright, though. They swept the podium. Zhou officially snagged first place with 36,000 points. His teammates followed in second and third. Seeing the win, Zhou gave a tired little chuckle. "As the captain, I didn't fail us." Right then, the live results finally updated. Suheng University took the crown, Qingjing grabbed second, while Modu University took third. This legendary tournament has happened 183 times. The announcer gave a heartfelt speech. "You graduates will be our strongest protectors. You represent the bright future of all mankind." The students were already buzzing. "Legendary gear tomorrow. Can you believe we're getting epic sets?" The grinding is finally over. Time for a feast. Only Zhou seemed ready for even more. He jumped straight in, carefully reviewing every detail of the system's newest patch. Jackpot. You've officially unlocked the legendary Celestial Earth Milk. 50 bonus attribute points and 50 powerful skill points. He was absolutely thrilled. God-tier skills and treasures. Looks like my worries were for nothing. That 20-day tournament was a total marathon, but completing the mission meant securing first place in every single event. That was way tougher than my old exams or that wild demon mission. These rewards are incredible. Chu Yi couldn't stop smiling. An S plus rank talent for swordsmanship, an S plus skill, and even a rare celestial treasure to boot. My potential is limitless now. I'll take it all. Suddenly a brilliant light enveloped him, warming his entire body. It felt so wonderful he was completely at peace. So this is the magnificent power of the divine sword heart. Pure energy swirled above him, only vanishing once he'd fully absorbed it. He felt refreshed, like waking up from a perfect long nap. A golden mist sparkled in the void. By next morning, Chu Yi was already outside testing his fantastic new strength. Even a gentle swing shattered nearby rocks into tiny bits. Chu Yi stood there, genuinely surprised by his own power. Just a casual flick of the wrist causes this much damage. This level of strength is honestly hard to believe. Plus, it seems this divine sword heart granted me a hidden perk. He examined the gift, a light sharper than any blade. This is high-level offensive sword ki, a special power that only appears after one has truly mastered the blade. This exceeded all my hopes. He gave it another go. Usually only pros who train daily can even dream of using sword ki. And yet here I am already doing it. A dazzling flash of light instantly sliced through the morning air. I used to struggle, but now I'm moving like a legendary master. Combining this with skills like Sword Flash will be epic. A standard strike with Sword Flash gives an 18 times damage boost, and that's just at level 1 enhancement. The slash demolished a stone wall, making him wonder about his limits. Upgrading Sword Flash will make the damage even more insane. But Chu Yi stayed humble and kept his cool. He sighed politely, reminding himself that this was all just a theory. If I only had a real sword master to spar with, I could truly test the boost from this divine sword heart. Before the thought even finished, he was already calling Suran. "Brother Yi, did you rush me over just for a match?" His request was actually quite clever. As the Yang family's heir, Yang Churan has been training since she was 3. She's a dedicated student who works incredibly hard. It took 10 whole years of hard work for everyone to crown her the genius sword maiden. Churan blushed slightly. Big brother Zhao Yi is clearly the strongest, but when it comes to strategy, I've got this. As they squared off for their duel, Zhao Yi's presence suddenly shifted. Xiaoran, don't hold back now. She didn't flinch. Instead, she got ready to make the first move. "Watch out, big brother!" She lunged forward her weapon, unleashing a wave of pure, overwhelming force. The power was so intense, it snapped his training gear in two. But that's exactly what he expected. He countered midair. A flicker of panic crossed her face. "Wow, that sword key was the real deal," she marveled after landing safely. Is Big Brother's sword talent actually this insane? Before she could even catch her breath, a second wave of attacks closed in. Staying cool, Churan used her pro experience to block. Her phantom shadow blade, glowing with energy, sparked a fierce counterstrike. They traded over 100 blows, far too focused to notice Master Wu watching nearby. Am I dreaming? Since when was Zhao Yi this good? Master Wu watched closely, analyzing every single movement. Every one of Zhao Yi's strikes feels like a divine art, and Churan's style is just so fast and wild. With his veteran eyes, he saw the truth. She's actually managing to keep up. Unless she's naturally higher level, Zhao Yi must be nerfing his own stats to match her. When her sword finally flew away, Wu knew it was over. Even a light graze from his blade sent a shockwave that made her arms go totally numb. Just like that, he'd snatched her most prized treasure away. She gasped for air. "Big brother, okay, I give up." Zhao Yi asked softly, "Are you doing okay?" Xiaoran, seeing his kind smile, she cheered up. "Just a bit wiped out." The headmaster walked over, clapping. "That was truly impressive. You're a total pro, Zhao Yi. Why hide these skills during the finals?" "Headmaster Wu Shu," he quickly answered. He laughed, sheepishly scratching his head. "Haha, I needed a secret trump card." Inwardly, he was totally hyped. I can't simply shatter high-level dungeon records, and the job change ceremony definitely won't grant this talent. Spawning new skills out of nowhere looks suspicious. I have to stay under the radar. Suddenly, Zhao Yi remembered something. "Headmaster Wu, did you need me for something? I'm here to take you guys to the Alliance's big victory party. Plus, there's one more important thing you need to know." Haunting images of the crime scene lingered in Wang's mind. Sadly Fang Hai was gone. Investigator Xiaoyan found poor Feng Ha lifeless. He kindly shared the scandalous case details. Students mentioned tracking eggs and S+ rewards. That headmaster surely plotted this for some time. Imagine deceiving folks into planting bug eggs on everyone's fresh tournament outfits. Alas, the investigation trail hits a dead end. These students don't know a single thing else. Joy was quite stunned, but Wang offered a firm and polite answer. "Stay calm. The Alliance is checking history. Now let's go grab some fancy snacks." He explained the gala's deeper meaning. Slash, the nation's biggest celebrity factions are gathering tonight. They hope to scout you for elite hero teams. Slash Wong described the party's cheerful vibes. To win you over, they'll offer perks like cash, fame, and top-tier leveling resources. Recruiters swarmed them the second they arrived. Slash, joining a guild means you're officially bound. Choose your new guild carefully. Slash, suddenly, a round of applause silenced the entire chattering room. Listen up, everyone. Slash, Fong Yu smiled at the top freshmen from the nation's elite universities. What a journey it has been. Slash, the Cheyenne Alliance has a special prize for every hero. Everyone received a very shiny bank card. Slash, there are 20 million credits waiting inside each. The Alliance's generosity turned many heads. Slash, plus your official security clearance is being boosted. Everyone is officially promoted to elite affiliate status. Slash, that's basically VIP status for you all. Those perks sounded like a total dream. Slash, enjoy 20% off all gear and potions. Naturally, if you'd like to join our core team instead, just call me. Chui was blown away by the gesture. Slash, 20 million each. That's 2 billion credits total. The Alliance is swimming in cash. Slash, everyone started whispering about that sweet 20 million bonus. That buys a B+ grade resource. Slash, talk about an epic payday for the whole squad. This was a total power move. Slash, tomorrow we announce rewards for the tournament matches. At last, Slash Fang Yu raised his glass, smiling warmly at all his honored guests. Let the banquet begin. Feast away. Slash. The crowd erupted in a cheerful, polite roar. Wong gathered his teammates. Slash, a toast to Suhong University for taking first in the tournament. Tanwei rushed over, looking thrilled. Slash, bro, we owe this entire victory to you. This glass is for you. Slash, Wang nodded, agreeing he truly deserved the honor. Without Chu Yi, we'd be dead last. Slash. Suddenly, a crowd of girls arrived like a fan club. A toast to you. Senior Chu Yi. Slash Chu Yi felt quite flustered by the attention. Are you trying to get me tipsy? Slash. Suddenly, Zhang Shan's powerful voice cut through. Chu Yi, thank you. Without you, I wouldn't have survived until the healers arrived. You saved my life. Slash, he downed his glass, sealing a noble gentleman's oath. He was ready to serve his savior. Slash, Su Ran watched everything with growing curiosity. Senior Chu Yi has a new fan club. Slash, Wang Guan pushed in for a toast. Xiaoya watched silently. Slash, Dad doesn't. It feel like Chu Yi's divine aura is stronger. Jiang Heng nodded firmly. Slash, his aura already surpasses professionals on their second promotion. Wait, what? It's only been days. Slash, he could hardly believe the rapid growth himself. Such advancement is honestly terrifying. Slash, he has clearly reached an entirely new level already. The party ended. Slash, the next day, a high-tech aircraft landed gracefully on the campus. The hatch opened. Slash, is everyone ready for the trip to the Alliance headquarters? We're heading to Dingshan District. Only specialized jets can enter that high-security area. Tanwei was geeking out over the latest 1,000 Ghost Fighter jets. Suran knew these machines well. Slash, they are built by our nation's top manufacturer. They hit 3 times the speed of sound. Slash, Tanwei was beyond excited for takeoff. That's the one. Its price tag is nearly 1 billion gold. Meanwhile, Fang Yu finished his prep and told everyone to buckle up. As they launched, poor Vi, who totally forgot his seatbelt, shot toward the cabin wall like a human cannonball. He bounced around like a little rag doll, hitting everything. They were moving so fast the outside world turned into a neon blur. Finally, they screeched to a stop. Vi was definitely seeing stars. Nian wasn't doing much better. She landed right on Chungi. Realizing where she was, she scrambled back, blushing like a tomato. She was mortified while he tried to stay polite. Talk about god-tier speed. They were 20 kilometers out, and at this pace, they would arrive in just 20 seconds. They reached the main gate safely. The entire base was buzzing with energy, moving like a perfectly oiled machine. Fang Yu played tour guide, mentioning their 40 ground and 15 air gates. Every ship needs a scan, so there's always a line. A high-tech drone zipped over right away to give their ship a very thorough security inspection. Beep ID number 0638. This vessel belongs to the Professional Alliance and has top-tier clearance. They got the green light to use the teleportation gate. Inside, the massive headquarters looked absolutely magnificent. Nian stared out the cockpit window in total awe. Is that the official university flag flying over there? Fang Yu explained it's a floating island. It's not just for school. Legendary guilds keep their headquarters here too. Chungi quietly watched the Alliance's mechanical island, sensing its mana was on a whole different level. Every single piece of machinery was reinforced with top-of-the-line defensive systems. The students filed out of the ship one by one. Fang Yu gave them a very warm welcome to the grand headquarters. A polite voice asked for some space. but when Vuong turned around, he was face to face with a massive creature. It was a literal dragon. A student noted, "It's a mythical race that requires level 60 just to tame. The owner must be a legend with a third advancement." After that, Fang Yu started explaining the official steps. To get your rewards, head to the office. Each student got a guide. Student Vuong, please follow me. Student Kwang this way. Student Anyhop over here. As for our top star Chungi, she decided to lead him herself. You swept the solo team in survival matches. I'll personally help you collect those well-earned rewards. Please follow me. They chatted as they walked. You really were the undisputed star of the whole tournament. The Alliance loves you. Why not join our elite ranks? Thanks, but I'm not looking to join any factions yet. At least here are the perks. We have almost no rules. But he could already sense the hidden trap. Even a few rules are chains. Besides, I'm just a freshman. It's too early to be tied down to anyone. Fungu smiled, expecting that. Geniuses have their own paths. At the vault door, she made a grand announcement. Your rewards come in 3 categories. For the solo win, you get 1 custom legendary weapon. The team win gets you a full epic set, and the survival prize is waiting inside our secret vault. Pick any treasure your heart desires. Now she said, let's go meet our great master. Meet Master Chiun, our top artisan. He's the one who will forge your brand new legendary weapon. This is the forge. As the doors opened, thick steam billowed out. It's getting hot in here. Fungu stepped through the mist. Master Chiun, the solo tournament champion, is finally here. A heavy aura filled the room. A deep voice rumbled, You're Chungi. He bowed politely, showing no fear. Yes, I am. The master's eyes flashed as he sized him up. Seeming satisfied, his tone finally softened. You're level 23. Since you need gear every 5 levels, I'll craft a level 25 legendary weapon for you. So what's the plan? I'd like a longsword that boosts both my strength and my intelligence. Fang Yu was impressed by his calm. To help his work, Master Chiun had mastered a rare ocular skill. Normally, any regular player would be frozen solid by that incredibly sharp, piercing gaze. But our champion didn't even blink under the pressure. The master looked surprised as Chungi gave more details. I don't need flashy enchantments. Just give me raw damage suited for a holy knight. He'd already crunched the numbers. Gold tier gear usually only boosts 2 primary stats. But legendary weapons boost all 4 as a melee. Holy knight strength and intellect were his main focus. Chiun nodded. I've seen your fights. You're sharp and powerful. A long sword is the perfect choice for you. He pulled out a glowing holy stone with a grin. I have some special ideas for this masterpiece. Fangu's eyes widened. That's an epic material from the holy ruins. Only 10 appear each year. Suddenly they gasped in unison. The radiant sunlight stone, Master Chi Jun smiled, beginning his lecture. This lovely gem is the radiant sun, a gift that purifies any darkness it touches with warmth. Finishing his brief lesson, he cheerfully summoned even more ultra-rare ingredients to complete the legendary craft. With a polite call, obsidian and spirit shards rose from the lava to join the epic pile. He added dragon crystals and legendary tears, swirling them into a majestic fiery vortex with a wave. Mixing void essence and the sands of time, Chi-Jun focused on the magical lava refining process. Despite the intense heat, the volcano offered a friendly, world-shaking little rumble to help the process. While the materials purified, tiny evil spirits wailed, "It's too hot, we are literally melting." Using legendary techniques, he shaped the magma. Now it was time for the divine hammer to strike. Thunder filled the hammer, making everything glow with a beautiful blinding gold and orange radiance. They watched the master's legendary show as one heavy strike shattered every lingering impurity instantly. Chi-Jun carefully poured the glowing liquid into a mold, letting the earth solidify the blade's shape. Using his tongs, he revealed a mirror-clear surface already shimmering with a glorious divine light. He skillfully carved beautiful mana runes that flashed brightly, creating a masterpiece fit for a leveling master. During quenching, the metal cooled in clear water as the bright runes turned demon might into decoration. Finally, he infused the war god's soul, giving the blade a peerless will to fight and win. "May blood never stain you," he whispered, gently striking the metal's center with absolute polite focus. Sparks danced as Fangu raised a shield. Looking at his work, the master chirped, "Quite good indeed." The radiant sword glowed gold. Taking a steady breath, Chi-Jun prepared his last legendary move. With a quick shout, he tossed the blade. It flew like a streak of glorious golden lightning. Zhao Yi caught the heavy sword, perfectly admiring the craftsman's incredible skill and the weapon's weight. The master took a well-deserved breath. Now the legendary blade must choose its new master. Release your energy. Zhou Yi focused every drop of his power into the cold divine steel. Spirits merged with wild sparks. Suddenly the system chimed. A special rare bloodline had been detected. The Angel of Six Desires. Zhao Yi inspected the mirror-like blade and hilt, marveling at this masterpiece. It boosts 4 main stats with 3 special effects. Truly a weapon worthy of the legendary tier. This first enhancement boosts attack speed massively, while enemies swing once I strike 4 times. Level up. Seeing his huge grin, Master Qi-jun guessed his thoughts. Quite pleased with my latest work, then. Zhou Yi gasped at the master's sudden exhaustion. What happened? The old man gave a weary sigh. Forging legendary gear consumes massive mana boy. Fun Yu whispered about the grueling master-level process. This level of technology is incredibly hard to master. Qi-jun's unique talent made it look easy. A normal smith would need months. Turning away, the master offered one last polite, kind reminder. You two should leave. The radiant holy sword was crafted using only the purest holy materials. Use holy items for upgrades or risk ruining it. Zhou Yi bowed deeply with genuine gratitude. Thank you, master. Fun Yu nudged him toward their next goal, collecting rewards for the team battle. Master Qi-jun dove back into the lava. However, Zhou Yi's next predicament was slightly awkward. A squad of tailors in bunny suits swarmed him. Well, hello there, star student. Zhou Yi. We're making your epic gear. The purple-haired lead playfully lifted his chin. What are your requirements? Blushing Zhou Yi fixed his shirt. I need light armor that boosts my strength and intelligence stats. The tailor nodded professionally. Understood. We'll deliver it to your school within 1 month, student. With business done, the tailors started gossiping. What a slim waist, his muscles are so great. He looked like a startled deer. Fun Yu sighed as her naive friend got teased again. She snapped her fingers, showing a reward notification. Now for your survival prize, choose right here. Information rings swirled with rare loot. Zhou Yi carefully read the legendary stats on the screen. Faced with amazing rewards, he calmly reviewed every option. These were legendary S-class divine artifacts. Any other player would fight for just one of these, but he simply pointed, I'll take this one, please. Fang Yu liked his style, but felt curious. Jumpstones are great, but skipping the revival option. He didn't hesitate, confirming, with a confident smile. Inside, he had already finished his secret pro-gamer math. Revival tools are, indeed, quite rare, but he already owned a rebirth cross. The jumpstone had other uses. She granted his request with a smile. Here, she offered the mysterious green gem. Zhou Yi admired his new prize. Suddenly an agonizing, ghostly scream echoed deep within his soul. Let me out. Please. She asked if anything was wrong. You look quite unwell, Joe. He laughed it off politely. I just need some rest. She handed him a business card. Loot collected. My job here is finally finished. Also, if that epic gear isn't perfect, just contact me directly. The others are waiting. Let's go. Soon they returned. The sisters ran over with bright smiles. Big brother Zhou Yi, what's up, girls? Let's talk privately later. No, we're just saying goodbye today. Everyone is heading out. Everyone teleports back home this afternoon. I'm returning home with Donga right now. A beetle secretly watched from above. Visit Tianlan with Xiao Yun very soon. Our family will train you both. He nodded in agreement. We'll visit after she graduates. Safe travels to everyone. He watched them leave and looked up. He jumped up, finding nothing. He frowned and thought, was I watched or dreaming coming to buy snacks? Not today. Back home, he slammed the door, his mind spinning wildly. Were old wounds unhealed? Suddenly a splitting headache felt like teeth biting his brain. A mysterious voice boomed, Release me? Suddenly glowing patterns and a mysterious light burst forth. A strange figure slowly began to appear. Chu Yi knew why it showed up, yet tried to talk sense into it. Our contract is signed, so why keep fighting me? The void beast let out a thunderous, grumpy roar. I have lived for thousands of years, and now I take orders from some rookie kid. Chu Yi ignored the complaint and started listing its recent crimes. You hurt 63 people and ended 10 lives. If the Alliance finds you, do you think you'll survive? Still stubborn, the beast sneered, Is threatening me your only trick? Chu Yi finally lost his patience. Elite mages can easily wipe your mind, and consciousness turning you into a mindless, obedient puppet. You might not fear that, but your body would still sell for a fortune. It snarled a nasty curse. But right then, he kindly offered an S-rank spatial stone to help its injuries. I can't take you to a healer, so use this for energy. The beast froze, confused, staring at the stone. Chu Yi then made a 1-year offer. Work for me for 1 year and I'll grant you freedom. The beast loathed all humanity. It wasn't easily convinced. Why trust a human? Chu Yi smirked. You don't have a choice. Trust me or perish. He then pulled out a peace offering. Your half-life beast, I'm giving it back. The beast took it gently like a fragile egg. As he turned to leave, the creature called out. Hold on, it said, eating the stone. There's a secret you should know, the beast whispered. Xiao Da confessed this to me. Finally, it dropped a bombshell. Those people aren't actually human. Back at the busy market, merchants filled the air. Get the blazing frenzy blade, only 998 gold. Special deal. Buy armor, get a free nail clipper. High quality gear here. No scams. Nadia excitedly showed off a clip. Look at these frost crystals. It will make your aura shine. It even has defensive powers. She kept listing perks. This gem is packed with wood mage power. It heals wounds. Quickly, perfect for a beauty like you. Chu-Yi tucked the clip into her hair. That looks amazing on you. She beamed with pure joy. Wait, brother Chu-Yi. Swan stood there totally stunned by his arrival. Weren't you busy today? He offered a warm, polite smile. Finished my tasks early and decided to grab some local gifts for you. Nadia giggled while watching the adorable pair. Wow, she thought. Such a stunning couple, I am definitely rooting for them. Total couple goals. Suddenly, a loud shout rang out. Miss Jang! They turned to see the incredibly pompous Wang Hao approaching. What a lucky meeting it must be. Destiny. Swan stared back blankly, having zero idea who he was. Who are you exactly? He ignored the awkwardness and bowed with dramatic flair. How could you forget? He puffed. I am the legendary Wang Hao. The number 2 lightning prodigy and grandson of the great Wang Baian. Nadia held back a laugh. The guy was actually being serious. Who brags about being second place? That's comedy, gold. But his narcissistic monologue was far from over. I gave you that ice sword last year. Swan sighed. These Wangs were like persistent pests. Seeing her annoyance, Chu-Yi intervened. Hey, I saw a great snack spot nearby. Let's grab a bite. He gently guided her away with a protective arm. We're a bit busy, pardon us. Wang Hao felt deeply slighted. How dare you? He snarled, summoning a sphere of sparking electricity. A nobody like you touching the Jang family's treasure. Kneel, he bellowed, throwing the lightning bolt right at the young man. But before the sparks could even touch him, the attack shattered against a brilliant, glowing protective shield. He scanned Chu-Yi's stats and laughed mockingly. A low-tier holy knight hiding behind a wall. Your class is totally pathetic. Squashing a loser like you is going to be a breeze. Swan's blood boiled. How dare this kid disrespect her amazing boyfriend? Stop hiding like a coward. Chu-Yi stepped out grinning. All right, let's dance. I'll finish this in exactly 3 turns. If you even touch my sleeve, I'll apologize. But if you fail, you're begging for my mercy on your knees. Oh, and you're paying for any property damage. A crowd quickly formed. Wow, get a load of this showdown. Youngsters today are so dramatic, brawling in the street. Wang Hao gritted his teeth, his eyes burning with spiteful rage. Who does this guy think he is? He activated his ultimate skill, Thunderstorm Fury. Lighting crashed down from the darkening heavens. But not one spark pierced Chu-Yi's perfect guard. He remained completely unbothered, looking like an invincible divine being. The onlookers began to mutter, Wait, is he really that powerful? The genius is struggling. He can't even dent that armor. Fear crept in, but Wang Hao kept up his arrogant act. Tough shell, did you dump all your stats into vitality? How pathetic. Yet inside he was losing his mind. Damn it, I didn't think this guy's defense would be this solid. But the self-titled prodigy wasn't quitting yet. He focused his mana and summoned 2 ferocious phantom thunder leopards to the fray. That was just the appetizer. Witness my ultimate art peasant. I'll show you the price of disrespecting me. The ghost cats lunged at his command. To respond, Chu-Yi finally unveiled his artifacts, the Divine Soul Pendant and the Salvation Cross. He unleashed the power of the sacred relics. In the blink of an eye, the thunder beasts simply vanished into nothingness. Wang Hao staggered back from the sheer force of the blast. Real panic finally set in. Just what kind of monster is he? As his foe panicked, Chu-Yi looked even more composed. Only 1 move left, you'd better give it your best shot. Wang Hao searched his memory but found nothing. He's not from a noble clan, he's just a low-tier knight. No way a commoner is stronger than me. Refusing to lose, he drew his sword. Try blocking this one, you loser. Moving like a bolt of energy, he lunged forward, executing his ultimate thunderclap slash with desperate speed. But Chu-Yi outpaced him, countering with his holy light technique. A pillar of brilliance slammed down, pulverizing the stone floor. Looking down from his height, he stared at the fallen prodigy with nothing but a polite sense of pity. So this is the height of a lightning master